Okay, great. Brilliant. Brilliant. Sounds working. Okay, what I was saying was Diana's playing Valentina Verbin today. Valentina's a good friend of hers. So we have a bit of a spicy matchup today. They decided not to make a friendly draw, as some people might do in some situations. So fighting chess from both of them, both trying to get their first point on the board. Hey Takeda, Luke, if you want to come in, I'm always ready. I'm again a bit late. I was just getting some food from the shops because the days are very busy here. Actually, they played the line that we prepped this morning. Diana did not play the move we prepped, but that's okay. She got a good position anyway. But okay, we'll look over it in a second. I'll just quickly update the analysis board with the moves. Okay, so the analysis board, everybody, is the big board today. So I changed it around. So the big board you see is the analysis board. The small board is the live board. And after queen takes d5, Diana played rook a7, which is very nice, I think. Then her opponent played h3, and Diana played knight f6. So yeah, those are f5. You're saying, Luke? Yeah, that might make some sense. Yeah, this looks nice. I like this position a lot. Okay, great. Luke, wait. I'll have to open Discord. It might take a second because this laptop, Diana's laptop, is very slow, and she doesn't have Discord installed. So yeah, give us a minute, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Oh yeah, sorry, the camera, lower the camera, sure. I can also raise my chair because the camera is not really, otherwise I can't see the screen anymore. Okay, Takeda, sorry, I'll answer in a second. Okay, hey.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Chat?
Chat voice sound okay? Alright, no one answered, that's all good. How are you doing today, Patrick?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good. Just got back from the gym.
Oh, serious about it. That's nice, that's good. I feel like I just got back from the gym. I carried 12 liters of water for 15 minutes. So
oh my god.
I hate this.
That
here.
sounds very fun.
You can't drink the tap water, and we don't have any way, and the shop's a bit far away, so
I know the feel. I don't drink the tap water here either. So
yeah.
I mean when my parents are away or out and I don't have a car,
yeah.
walking down is a bit of a pain.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, could you invite me to the study there, and we'll talk a bit about this position.
I'll get you in. 1 second.
Perfect. I'm very excited.
Yeah, this position
I
looks
prepared
great.
this line for Diana last night, and what I kind of expected to happen happened. So.
Did you expect her to play knight g4?
Knight g4 was very surprising. I didn't think she'd find knight g4 and rook a7, but I think Diana is like +1 now, at least.
Yeah, that
after knight f6. I think Diana is much better here.
Yeah, I agree. And I also really like that she played rook a7 and not rook b8, because I don't know, it just seems
a rook b8 is also fine.
Yeah,
rook b8,
I imagine
rook a7, but rook a7 is the best move.
It looks nice.
She just had to be careful not to play bishop e6 there. That was all. Because after queen c6 check, it was very strong. But let's get that on the board so that people in the chat can see. Let's go back to the beginning. Anyway.
Yeah, let's go back. Oh, you can control as well.
Yeah, so So Diana sent me a text last night, and she's like, "Luke, I want to crush my opponent tomorrow. Can you please prepare a line for me, and I'll play it tomorrow." So I took a look at her opponent's game in round 2 with White, and she played this line with White, but her opponent played like not a great move, and well, her opponent went on to win the game, but in the opening, White definitely won the opening battle, and then went for a crazy sacrifice. So I had a look at the opening, and I found a nice move for White or for Black that just equalizes on move 11, and there's so many chances for White to like go completely wrong in so many lines, which is the kind of openings I like to play when I like preparing. I love this. There's a quote from Tal. It's when you're playing chess, you want to bring your opponent into a deep, dark
Yeah.
forest where 2 + 2 = 5, right? And up is down or whatever.
And
That's
the
how I
road
like to
out is only
prepare.
big enough for one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I like to prepare. I want to bring my opponent into a position where if they play perfectly, it'll be equal, right? So at the worst case, my opponent plays perfectly, we have equality. And you can't really play around your opponent playing perfectly, right? So what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
But I love opening positions where, like, in this position here, like on the board, like H3 looks like a pretty normal move, but it's actually not. And it's quite good for Black. Like Black has a strong edge here,
Yeah.
according to the computer. So that's the type of opening I like to prepare. Like where
Yeah.
there's
So
only really one good line from my opponent, and if they play the line, they have equality. And if they find it, good for them.
yeah. So I guess the line here after knight g4 would have been like c4 or c3. I guess.
I think after rook a7.
Oh, not
I
there. I
think.
mean earlier.
Oh,
Because
yeah, c4. C4 was definitely better for White.
yeah, I think we looked at this morning, and actually,
Yeah.
Diana also there. She said knight g4, and I said, well, the computer doesn't like it that much. And then we said maybe knight d7, but I guess she maybe either she decided to do it anyway or she didn't remember.
Yeah.
And okay, she played knight g4, which is sort of the kind of move she plays, and then it turned out okay.
Yeah, I also thought this position kind of suited Diana quite a bit, right? There's a lot of chances for play on both sides of the board.
Yeah.
It's not super clear. Like when I was preparing the position, like a lot of the lines I was leaving as like I was annotating as like unclear because it was quite like I find it quite difficult to evaluate, but the computer was giving like a lovely 0-0, right? So
yeah.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. So let's just talk it through for the people because obviously we started a bit late. So we have just a pretty simple Ruy Lopez. A6, bishop a4, knight f6, castles, and b5. So bishop b3. So pretty standard Ruy Lopez, and then this bishop c5 line. I don't know what it's called, but or if it has a name. Alicia here is telling me it's the Morphe defense. But I saw her opponent in round 2 played it, and like some pretty strong players have played it as well. Like I saw Karyakin playing it. I saw, some other, like I think Swidler was playing it. Some pretty strong GMs were playing it. So I was like, okay, well if they can play it, then it's probably good enough, right?
Yeah.
Do you play any positions like this? Because this is really far away.
I've never played e5.
Yeah, I've never played e5 either, ever. So this is really far away from what I would be playing in normal position because I don't play e4 and I don't play e5. So I was a little worried, like when I was getting the file ready, like am I just leading Diana down a path of nonsense here because I don't know the position? But as I was like doing the file, I was like, maybe I'm gonna play this opening myself from now on. It seems pretty good for Black. I like
actually going through the file this morning, I felt the same. I felt like a similar way. I was like, oh, this is actually not so bad. Like you just need to know a couple things, but
yeah, like the bishop c5. This bishop c5 move here is, I think it's pretty good. Like so in the game, I noticed the clock situation that Diana was blitzing it out, which was really nice. I think
this is the first time
if you're gonna play,
that, yeah.
Well, Diana is just playing all the computer moves. Holy crap. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. But if you're gonna play a surprise opening against your opponent, that you prepare, it's very psychologically crushing if you're blitzing the moves out, right? It's
Yeah.
making yourself look big at the board and blitzing the moves out.
Just quickly
And
put it on the analysis board as well,
yeah.
just so we can.
Yeah, I was fiddling around in ChessBase just while I was waiting for the stream to go live. I'm pretty sure Diana just played all the computer moves, but
Good memorization. Very nice.
but yeah, so yeah, so there's a couple lines here. I think in the game against her opponent in round 2, it went c3, d6, a5, a4. Sorry, not a4, d4, bishop b6, a4, rook b8, a5.
Yeah, and then it was.
And then
yeah, it
bishop
was,
a7.
And then bishop e3 and rook a8 was the.
Yeah, bishop
was what she
e3,
played?
and her
And actually,
and
Diana's
her opponent played rook a8.
rook a8, yeah, and actually we sort of thought about it here, and like we were thinking, when is she going to deviate from the game, because obviously she's not going to play the same game again, but we're thinking like either she deviates when she thinks the mistake occurred, or she just wants to play something different, not to allow Diana the full prep.
But here
Diana played Diana planned to do something else.
Yeah, we were going to play bishop g4 here, and this
exactly.
is just equal according to the engine. Nice 0-0s. So this is a slight improvement, and there's just so many chances here for black to go wrong. Let me just pull up the ChessBase file so I can remember. For white, sorry, yeah, for white. Sorry, apologies. Yeah, for white to go wrong, like especially if they start going down any of these sidelines, right? So, yeah, so like the main move here being like capturing knight bd2. There's a lot of lines here where black is going to start getting these pawns rolling, and the knight is going to come to g6.
Yeah.
And like this bishop on a7 is nice and tucked away. White has a long-term weakness on a5 with this pawn, which a lot of the lines revolve around playing against. And black's pieces are very active, right? So I thought, with the black pieces, this is pretty strong, right? So there was captures. We take with the bishop. Queen takes. We take with the knight, and I think no matter what happens, we reach this position of capturing on here. Yeah, something like this. And there's a couple plans here. You can go like castles, rook, like castles, let's say knight d2. You can go c5. I think rook e8 is probably the best move, but basically the plan is to go c5 at some point, and you have like a lot of options here, right? You're going c4. You can play on the queen side. This pawn on a5, like I said, is very weak.
Yeah, this looks nice for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think this position is, there's only so much you can ask for with the black pieces, right?
Yeah. This looks very nice, actually. If you can choose to have this as black every game, you're probably pretty.
Yeah, I mean,
happy.
That's what I was saying. I mean, as I was preparing the line more and more, I'm like, this looks really nice. I might start playing it. And yes, Waterford Whispers Waterford Wizard there answer your question. That's totally fine. It's not it's nothing that I came up with, right? I just messed around with the database and the engine, so.
Oh yeah, Diana's back. Sorry, actually, I should probably switch the board.
Yeah, Diana is black. Yeah.
I should do that. That's a good point there, Dermot. Hi, Dermot. By the way, how are you doing today?
I'm gonna leave white at the bottom, but I think if you have it flipped, it'll show flipped on the stream, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, we didn't have that in the game, so I kind of thought that if just I was looking at some of her games, if she was going to deviate, she was going to go for something like this, right? Because I saw she played some crazy sacrifices in her other games. So I think she thought for like 8 minutes here and played knight takes e5, or she thought for a long time anyway, and that's kind of the panic setting in, right? Of like, oh shit, my opponent has some bomb ready for me, and I didn't look at my round. I didn't look at my round 2 game, right? I didn't look over it, so I don't know where I went wrong. So I'm not going to go into that. And she went for like a less optimal line. And yeah, luckily Diana had looked at the variation, so this is all just theory. And then here, yeah, the two moves f4, c3 is also a pretty good move. I think that's like the most popular move. But her opponent didn't seem to know that. She thought quite a long time. Again, like Diana was actually up like 20 minutes at one point, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah. For a change.
quite
very nice.
quite
I was
rare.
very happy about
Quite
that.
rare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to find the file.
Yeah, now
Line
again
file.
she's up quite a bit on the clock for the moment.
Yeah, I think she's up a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so after c3, I think I didn't analyze any further after this because it's a bit of a sideline. But yeah, I mean, you have the same idea, right? We're going to go c5 and castle, right? And the stream can't see the percentages in the database, but you know, black is doing reasonably well.
In this position,
line, right?
black is actually doing very well from the percentages.
Yeah. So again, like, you know, there's only so much you can ask for with black here. I think after c3, the plan is to go like c5 and then c4, I think, and put a knight on c5. I think that's one idea.
Yeah, I think there are
instead
lots
we have
of good
f4.
plans.
Yep, c5. Really nice that Diana remembered everything. Queen d1. I think the other move is queen c3 is much more common. But yeah, we had queen d1. And then yeah, I think here I stopped from here again because I thought this is a bit of a sideline. I think knight eg4 is the best move. I'm not
I think
sure
I think knight d7 or c4 are actually the best moves. I think we looked at it this morning.
Okay.
I think knight g4 and then c4 is
c4
not
is
great
pretty
for,
strong, right?
It's not great for white. For black.
I was thinking so as well. Is this okay? Yeah, engine gives a +1 for white here.
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that one in my prep, so that's good to know about.
Yeah, opponent didn't see it, so that's fine enough.
Luckily.
That's all good.
Interesting. This has never been played after knight eg4. No one's played c4, so this must be, you know, engines getting strong. Engines are getting stronger every year. It's really funny if you're doing prep, especially with ChessBase, and it tells you like how popular a certain line is at the moment. Sometimes you see like a very unpopular move, or not a very unpopular move, but a move that hasn't been played that often is incredibly popular and scoring very well. And it's because only recently the engines have decided this move is good, right? Where the engines a couple of years ago wouldn't have looked at that move. So it's and the technology is incredible. It's a really great help, especially when preparing. Yeah, c4 is interesting here. I wonder what we have to play here.
Also, c3 seems equally good.
Yeah, I guess c3 we're like.
It's a bit more.
I guess we're gonna have a problem with this knight, right, on g4. Like, where is it gonna go?
Yeah. If it's gonna end up on h6, it's a bit awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That might be. Also, I mean, e5 at some point.
Definitely one to look at afterwards.
If you give some support, yeah.
But anyway, yeah, bishop d5. I think this is all correct from both players. And then rook a7 is the best move, a really strong move. I think everything else is not good. Like bishop e6, if you go bishop e6 here, white has this queen c6 check, and it looks like white's queen is getting trapped after king e7. But unfortunately, white has this nice little idea with e5, and even if the knight comes back here to did the stream just die? Oh no, never mind.
Did it?
Only died for me there. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so after h3, like even if knight h6, you still have e5 and the queen is gonna get away, right? So
yeah.
Or maybe you don't go e5 straight away after knight h6. Let me just double check. Oh, you go f5 here. Okay, yeah, this is fine. Yeah, and if knight e4, we have e5, and the queen gets out. So it looks like white's queen is getting trapped, but you have to just come back here, and then the d pawn hangs, right? So
Yeah, that's
luckily, didn't
unpleasant.
Diana didn't go for that.
Yeah.
Rook a7. Yeah, and I think here, if you go knight c3, I think I can just go b4 probably. So you probably have to move this queen out of the way, right? Because
Yeah, I
bishop
think.
e6 is coming, right? Or knight f6, right?
Yeah.
h3 I really don't like. h3 I think is a bad move.
Yeah, I don't see what it's doing exactly. Like knight wants to
Yeah,
go to f6 anyway.
yeah. I think the only move that's equal, that keeps equality here, is f5.
That surprises me a little bit as well, actually.
Yeah.
Knight
I
doesn't
was kind of
mind
like
being on
every other move.
e5, I would guess.
Yeah, the knight is going to get to e5, but I guess our bishop on it's not going to e6, I guess.
Yeah, but
I
it
was
can go
trying to
maybe
kind of
rook
figure out
e7 and
why.
bishop b7. I don't know.
Yeah, so let's say after f5, I have the engine open here. I know other days we aren't really using the engine, but I'm not really sure what why the computer wants f5 so much here. So let's say, I don't know, what will we say here for
I
for
guess you don't. I guess you don't have time to play rook e7 because of
yeah.
rook d1.
Yeah, so let's say rook e7. Well, if rook d1, we can just go bishop here, I think, right? This because you can't take because of.
Ah, yeah,
Oh, you
okay.
can't. Okay.
I mean, you can take,
Oh no,
but
the e pawn just hangs, right?
yeah,
This is
you can
probably
take with the
pretty
rook.
good.
Yeah, you can take with the
Yeah.
rook. Sure, sure. Yeah, okay, that's true.
Um.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's say we go like knight c3. I mean, yeah, this is pretty. I mean, you play some normal moves here, and suddenly black has a strong edge. So maybe this position is just
I like this
like you.
position, like the position that
Yeah.
resulted, like the one we have on the board right now. Her opponent played knight c3 in this last position, and then Diana played bishop b7 very quickly, just
Yeah.
keeping ahead on, or quite quickly. I mean, I think she took 4 minutes, not so quickly, but didn't take a long time. And
Yeah,
it looks
bishop
very
e7. I
nice.
mean, yeah, black's position looks excellent. If you play, I know like in the French a lot of the time, especially in like any Steinitz French, where you go like a6 b5, there's a lot of lines where you go rook a7, because the rook is much more useful on the 7th rank, right? Because you're going
Yeah.
to play moves like, in the French anyway, you play moves like f6 and g6, and the
Mm-hmm.
rook comes to, or you play f6 and capture back with the g pawn, and then the rook comes to g7,
Right.
and you
Yeah.
get a
Yeah.
big attack here. So we kind of have a similar, not exactly the same, but a similar idea of the rook on, the rook is very well placed on e7 here, putting a lot of pressure on e4, and as white here, you're kind of like, this is not what you want the opening to go as white, right? You want to maintain your advantage. Where here, I think it's hard to say if white has anything. Well, okay, that's a bit harsh. Of course, they have some play, but I like black's position here. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So,
What do you think about white here?
um, well, actually, I was thinking maybe you can. No, actually, you can't really. I was thinking maybe you can sort of play e5 at some moment, but I guess you can never really make it work.
Got some interesting interesting ideas here. I don't play in Najdorf, so I'm not too sure with the structures, but Bala Chess in the chat saying that this is a very similar structure to a Najdorf,
Okay.
where
Oh,
you
I
go rook
don't.
a7 or rook d7. So
Interesting.
maybe that's why this line is supposed to be good. But I mean, the engine approves it, and visually it looks quite nice. I don't see any massive problem. Obviously, d6 is a bit of a problem long term, but I don't think black will be able to, or white will be able to do much about it, right? Like,
Yeah.
for example, if white goes like rook d1 here, can we just castle again?
Yeah, I imagine we can. If we
Yeah,
if we get to
just
trade
castle and
the pawn, I mean that would be the
yeah,
ideal
and then
situation.
we take on e4.
Yeah,
This looks good
this looks
for
very, very nice. Like I, I
yeah.
love this position. This is by far the best she's had. Well, actually, no. In round
Yeah.
one, she got a very good position out of the opening as well.
Yeah. And this is why prep is important, guys. You know, it's important to if you ever have a chance to surprise your opponent, it's quite strong, right? Even just psychologically, it's a very strong thing to do to your opponent.
Yeah.
Like Diana's up on time here. She has lots of time to think about the position. I don't know, did she look at any GM games in the line? I kind of left her a little note at the end telling her to go over some games.
No,
so.
we didn't go over any. We played a couple lines through, and then we looked at some stuff in case she played d4, because she does alternate. And actually, she also plays f3, knight f3 sometimes.
I saw she had like 10 games with knight f3. Yeah.
Yeah. So we just looked at it, like, just in case she played something like that. But yeah, this is the main thing we looked at. For sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, it seems pretty difficult for white to make, or for black to make any big mistakes as well. So.
Yeah, this seems like actually the kind of position that her opponent got yesterday. After Diana took on b6, like sort of a position where black can do a lot of things and it won't necessarily be
like,
so bad.
A lot of like normal moves for white suddenly compound into like losing the game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately I didn't really look past this position. I just linked like a couple of games I thought were interesting. So I'm not like too certain what's going on now, but we can say that, you know, the queenside expansion is obviously very good for black, like kind of getting that in for free nearly. You know, white never had a chance to play a4 or c3 or anything. And after black castles and plays like rook e8, you know, black's pieces are all just incredibly active, right? The queen can even swing over to a8 maybe in some variations. Maybe not straight away because obviously this d6 pawn. But I think like what you were saying, where like if we ever get to exchange this d6 pawn for e4, like that's really good for us.
I think if
our pieces are so active.
If that is black's white's best plan, I think that then we would be in a really good position. So I don't think that would be necessarily the one, because that seems like an endgame that would be really favorable.
Like the f pawn is weak, the kingside pawns are weak. Black is way ahead in development.
Yeah, we also have some nice space on the queen side already.
Yeah, I mean, again, like, there's not really much you can ask for with black, right?
Yeah, and for now, we're also we are attacking the e pawn. So
yeah. There's a lot to think about here for white as well.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just kind of looking at this position from white's perspective of like, what do I do here with white?
Her opponent might think for a while here, and this is maybe a very critical position, I could imagine.
Yeah, I guess you got to think about rook d1 quite a long time, right?
Yeah.
Though, like, her
rook
opponent
d1 is depressing. It's a depressing move.
It's a depressing move to have to make, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if she went a bit crazy here, but you know, like g4 or something, because I saw she did that in her other games.
Right.
For, like, very nuts things.
That's
but
true.
like, I can't think you can't really go for anything crazy here without going like developing your bishop. I guess e5 is also something to look at.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at that. So let's go like e5.
Because I guess we take it first and then.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess again this ending is just gonna be good for. This is just this is nothing, right? Why do I think e5 is playable here?
Well, maybe
e5 is losing a pawn, right?
It is losing a pawn, but maybe you get some. At least you get to develop your bishop with tempo, and maybe you get your knight into a better. Well, actually, your knight can't really go anywhere. And the king doesn't. In this position, I'm not sure the king minds being uncastled anymore.
Yeah,
So
I guess they can attack c5, right? And then
yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Like if we just go c4 and oh, that's kind of nice. Bishop c5, like rook. Yeah, and if rook here, like f. Okay. I mean,
Yeah,
this is a
okay.
pretty complicated position. I'm not 100% sure what's.
I think White would have to
I
be quite sure that
yeah,
something comes of that before they play it.
I think White will go in the tank here a bit.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I should have looked at this a bit more before we came on to do commentary. I just prepared it to this point, and I was like, Diana, you have to play chess from this point on. You know, like
what a curse to have to play chess at some point to win a chess game.
Yeah. That's the thing, you know, with opening prep, you can get into the bad. You can get into quite a bad habit of trying to find lines that are like completely winning out of the opening, right? That's not how chess works at all. So
yeah,
I definitely got into a bad habit with that when I started doing opening prep properly. It's like I want to win. I want to be winning out of the opening. And it's just no. That's not how it works.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I guess that's tempting that you want to. Yeah. I guess the more opening prep you do, you want to find some tricky things for your opponent.
Yeah. Sometimes, you know, you will like I definitely have lines in my repertoire where if White plays the wrong move or if my opponent plays the wrong move, they'll lose on the spot, right? So it's always good to have those little mines ready.
Yeah.
But having a whole repertoire based on them is not going to work. At my level anyway. If you're like 1200, 1400, you can easily get away with that and have a lot of fun. You know.
Yeah. Although at that level, people might deviate in such a way that you have to like know, like they might deviate so early that you can't really be prepared. And
it's much more important to know the ideas of your opening at that level because your opponent will deviate so much, right?
Yeah. So what's our move here for White?
For White, I'm
still not
either
sure.
So Bada Chess made a good point in the chat there that e5, like you are giving up a pawn, but you're getting a lot of play for our pieces, right?
Yeah. I think after looking at it, yeah, there's some truth to that.
Maybe that's the best try, like to just play for activity, and even then, like it's still a bit grim, right? It's like black. It's not really anything to be worried about it with black here. Our structure is pretty fine. I guess if White is going to play e5, they have to do it now, I guess.
Oh, I think her opponent played something. Queen g3. Oh.
Queen g3.
That is, I think.
Yeah, see what I mean about going for
that qualifies
going for an attack, kind of.
But surely there can't be an attack here.
Hello, Flatman. Hope you're doing well today.
Yes, Dermot, by the way, I am very in touch with my feminine side. I'm very in touch with my feminine side. That's why I got the WFM title.
Yeah. You also worked very hard, you know, you have to get that rating.
Yes.
You know?
Actually, I won it through a tournament, so...
You won it through a tournament?
Didn't have to go... didn't have to get the rating.
I mean, you still have to win a tournament. It's very hard to win a tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, like, Bishop d2. I feel like the computer will scream that Bishop d2 is not good for some reason. If, like here, I think, so in the game we have Queen g3, which I guess we'll talk about it in a second, but I'm just curious what the engine says if you go like Bishop d2 here. Yeah, Bishop d2, minus 1.5 immediately, yeah.
And what does it say about...
This is the position.
What does it say about Queen g3? Can't be much better, surely.
Well, we'll talk about Queen g3 ourselves first before we take a look at it. But yeah, again, this is a position that I love to prepare, where you can play like a normal looking move and you're losing, right? Yeah, Queen g3, Well, the fact that like no one in the chat suggested it and we didn't suggest it either means that it's an incredibly good move or an incredibly bad move.
Yeah, I don't know, because didn't we want to
I
castle
don't really
anyway?
get
I don't
this
know.
move, right?
Yeah, didn't we want to castle anyway? It seems like that's something we can do now.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very difficult for black to, or for white. Sorry, I keep mixing up the colors. For white to bring all the pieces over to get an attack going, right?
Yeah, there's nothing there so far. Maybe they want to play f5 at some point, so to kind of build a wedge, but still.
I guess they're supporting e5, like that was said in the chat, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Like, yeah, if you castle here.
But now there's the point of e5 with the king getting stuck in the center isn't quite the same, isn't quite there anymore if you castle.
I'm just thinking if you castle and then go e5, so I'm just looking like this, castle to e5, you know, now the bishop's coming to h6 straight away, right? But I feel like maybe you can just go knight here.
Yeah.
Maybe probably fine.
I mean, like still might get some dark square problems, but...
Yeah. If the queen ever moves, you can take with the rook, and the rook defends, and now queen can come in. Maybe, I don't know. Let's probably have to look at this a bit more.
You also have queen d5 check at some point.
Oh yes, that's true, right? You can just this would just be way better, right? Just giving this check immediately and trading queens.
Yeah, I imagine
we'll just
so.
pick up the c pawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I presume castling is the best move here.
Yeah, I would think so.
I guess taking on e4 seems a bit adventurous to me.
That does seem a bit adventurous. I think this position, I don't think there's any need to go crazy.
Yeah, I think you just
looks
spend a couple of minutes making sure that you don't get mated with bishop h6 and then castle.
And we're up 20 minutes on the clock, so we do have some time for a change. We have some time to spare. We have 40 minutes until we're down 20 minutes, which is our usual state.
At least queen g3 says to me that Diana's opponent isn't super familiar with the ideas here.
Yeah.
You know, that's probably a good sign. Because I don't think going for a kingside attack here is what the board is telling us to do. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. That seems unlikely to be correct.
I guess is she trying to play like f5 and bishop f4 and bring the rook to d1?
Although, of course, just because it's speculative doesn't mean it can't work, so still have to be careful.
Yeah. It just doesn't seem like the right thing to be doing here, but you just have to play good moves as black. Yeah, I mean, like, you don't even have time to play bishop f4, right? Because yeah, that's true. Diana's opponent is trying to play for a win, but I think it's not it's a bit loose, I think. It's going to be hard to bring these pieces in, right? I guess, I mean, I think the problem here is that you don't have time to play like f4 and reroute, right? Because the e-pawn hangs immediately. So...
Yeah, that doesn't seem like it's going to happen rerouting the knight. It's the only piece defending the pawn for now.
I feel like you're going to have to defend this, like after black castles, like you have to keep making threats or e4 just hangs immediately.
Yeah, I think after castles you almost have to play something like f5 to allow the bishop to come in and try to get an attack.
Yeah, and then maybe just king h1, king h8 maybe. Bishop g5 I guess is annoying. So let's say like castles here. Maybe not king h8, but let's just say, for example, king h8 and bishop g5.
Is it annoying? Maybe.
Well, kind of, right?
I don't know.
Do we actually?
I'm not really seeing it.
Even care. Maybe we just take, right? And we don't care about opening this up, right? Because
I don't. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, maybe anything. It's just visually annoying, but not
Yeah.
actually anything there, right?
Hey Johnny O. Yes, go Diana. I think this is looking. I'm very optimistic today. She also she was feeling. I mean,
She was feeling confident going into the game.
yeah, she was feeling confident. She wasn't like yesterday. She was, let's say, a little bit anxious, but today, I think she was.
I'm
she was
glad
going
to know
to
she
have fun.
trusts my prep.
Yeah, I think
What did she say when she looked at it? Because I know
even
she's
this
telling
morning.
me.
Yeah, she said she's kind of excited to play this the soul stuff,
Okay.
and I think she generally seemed more excited about the game. Maybe the prospect of playing someone closer to her rating. Also,
Yeah.
Valentina is a friend of hers, like a good friend of hers. So maybe like her best friend, the determined, I guess. And playing her, yeah. So I mean, the natural thing to think about is, of course, like, do we just make an easy draw? But that didn't happen. So I think she kind of wanted some blood this morning. So yeah.
So a few questions in the chat there. So the reason I don't know if King H8 is the best move, Waterford Wizard, but just the idea is simply just to bring the king off this pin, right? So
How did
just
the
bring the
live
king
board
up
flip
to
again?
H8, and now
Yeah, sorry.
and now the idea is that if bishop G5 or bishop H6, we can just open the G file up and play rook G8 and we're fine, right? And yes, Dredgy Vise, that's the big that's kind of the stereotypical Ruy Lopez players. They know every single line incredibly deeply. But I think our idea with the preparation to scare our opponent a little bit worked pretty well.
Okay, so Diana played knight takes e4.
Okay.
Interesting.
Knight takes e4 is that's a Diana move, all right.
That's definitely a Diana move. Ooh, okay. Well, let's see.
Yeah, and yes, Flatman, I definitely would be very happy with a draw with black. Every day of the week, you offer me a draw, move one with the white pieces, I'll probably accept. Could you flip the live board again?
Yeah, sorry. I was
No worries.
just going to do that.
Okay, knight takes e4 is a brave move to play.
I don't quite understand why she did that.
Yeah. Did she think for a long time there, or did she play it pretty quickly?
She thought for 7 minutes.
Okay.
Reasonably quickly.
So, is she gonna play King D7? Is that gonna happen? That doesn't really work, right? Because
Let's see.
If Rook takes here, King D7, then I can take here, right? Oh, you take with the bishop. Okay.
Yeah, I
Is
think.
this what she's going for? Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is bad, but I think castling just kind of consolidated our advantage a bit, right?
I guess you can also just, instead of taking with the bishop, you can take with the rook and play King E7 instead.
Well, if they take on G6 first, right? On G7 first.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Then you play.
Yeah, because obviously we would like to take with the rook here, but this would be pretty bad.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I thought you were in a different line.
No, yeah. No, okay. Maybe opening the G file here is fine.
Yeah, it's definitely. That's why it's a Diana move. Like,
yeah.
I dare you to take the G pawn. I would prefer to start my games without a G pawn. That's sometimes what it feels like.
This is definitely bringing your opponent into the pit, right? You're really bringing them down to try and scare them.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I think is what Diana does best with her chess. But yeah, maybe you can just go like Queen G4 check and.
Okay, but I don't think your king feels too uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, these pieces are on C1 and
exactly, yeah.
A1. They're not doing anything, right?
And this bishop doesn't really have a good square for now, anyway.
Yeah, especially if you ever get to play F5 here.
Yeah, this looks very nice.
Yeah.
So
I know now the rook comes to G7 as well. Okay, okay.
Yeah, doubling on G7. That seems like
I definitely would have played. I definitely would have castled because I'm, you know, a scaredy cat positional player.
Okay, so her opponent played knight takes first.
Okay, knight takes. So hoping for rook takes, I guess.
Well, you can play king e7 after queen takes g7.
Oh, you can play king e7, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But then maybe you can play f5.
Yeah, definitely
Then
gets a
rook
bit.
g8. I think I would still take with the bishop. I like this idea of playing f5 and rook g7 afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, bishop takes. Maybe then white plays f5 instead of taking.
Bishop takes. White plays f5.
Just to make some stuff happen.
And you play f6 then?
Yeah, f6, I guess. Yeah, that's true.
I
guess your
bishop,
darks.
Bishop f4 now. No, you just go d5.
D5. That looks like nothing to me.
Oh, I guess you can play bishop d6 here.
Oh, yeah, okay. You get a pawn back. Okay, that's true. Slightly annoying.
Okay, so yeah, definitely a bit of unnecessary complications for sure. I'm curious what the engine says. Okay, engine wants king e7. So it's black is still better, but I think let me just after queen g3, castling black was a lot better.
What's the engine saying?
After castling here, it was minus 1.3 for black.
No, yeah, no, I meant no.
Oh, 0.6, 0.6.
0.6, okay.
After rook takes, queen takes, king e7, f5, king d7. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely definitely an interesting position.
Yeah. Well, nothing's spoiled just yet, so maybe
Diana still has an edge, but obviously she felt confident playing it. Oh, bishop takes. It's just equal, apparently.
Interesting.
After f5, f6, bishop f4.
Okay, but f5 maybe not the most natural move to play anyway.
Yeah. Let's go back to the game. Yeah, so obviously it looks like Diana wasn't expecting capturing on e5 or e4.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't really get the logic behind not castling there.
Maybe she was afraid of
Diana's playing.
Maybe she was afraid of f5.
Yeah, but I think you can. I think you can just sit there and calculate it for 10 minutes if you're really that scared about it, right?
Yeah. That's true. I think castling seems like the desirable move for sure. Like you want to castle in this position.
Yeah, if you're scared of f5, then just work it out, right?
Yeah.
Knight takes c5 after a couple minutes is a bit maybe a bit rash. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think sometimes Diana feels like her calculation isn't necessarily so much her strength, and she relies more on intuition, and when she thinks for a long time, she doesn't feel as productive, and actually just giving a time advantage to her opponent might just be something she wants to avoid for today. I don't know.
Yeah, well, she's got to find rook takes here. Well, no, she doesn't have to. The position is fine after bishop takes, but
then her opponent has to find f5. Apparently, you said.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if rook takes, well, rook takes, or not rook there, that would be very bad. Like rook takes, queen takes, king e7. Yeah, let's say you play like, I don't know, like bishop d2 here or something. Yeah, rook g8 is just very strong, right? And then rook e2.
Yeah, that looks tough to defend.
Yeah, you have a lot of play here, right? You know. So
what do you do here as white? Is that already?
You have to play rook f e1, which looks incredibly, and then king f1, which looks.
Okay.
You know, like because this is thin, right? So they can't go checkmate.
I wouldn't want that position though. That looks a bit scary.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is again a position where with
Also,
black you're like
at
really
least
happy to go into, right?
at least it's instantly a draw for black if they want it as well.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, I mean, if hopefully, I obviously we don't know how Diana's feeling right now, but if Diana feels comfortable in this position, going for an attack here, I think White has to play really precisely, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I think even after bishop takes, white has to be very careful. It doesn't
Yeah,
look
I think
simple at all.
both you and me, I think we're very much just castling there.
Yeah, okay, that's yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're a bit maybe calmer in our approaches than Diana. Diana likes her attacking,
Yeah. Yeah.
her violence.
I like attacking too, but I guess I'm more of a calculated attacker than intuition, right? I like to think about it for a lot of time and then go for it.
Yeah, actually, we were preparing today. We were preparing this line in the Nimzo, and like in case she played d4, and Diana was really happy. Like she found this intuitive sacrifice, and it worked, and she was really happy with that. And I think, yeah, we talked about her intuition maybe being a little bit better than her calculation, generally.
Yeah, I'd say it probably is from what I know about Diana's play style. The good thing is, I mean, it's kind of hard to improve your tuition. It's pretty easy to improve your. Yeah, I'm not a mod in chat there, by the way. So.
Oh, something happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's just carry it off. But yeah, like it's not too difficult to increase your calculation skills, right?
Well,
So,
you say that, but Diana says
yeah.
she can't.
You can work on it. Okay. All right. So Diana played bishop takes, which is
Okay.
unfortunate, I guess, but still fine. And her opponent played f5 immediately. So.
Oh. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. So I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Well, her opponent found a pretty strong line here, but.
Okay.
Again, it's.
Still don't mind it.
World.
Yeah. Still don't hate it. I guess f6 is pretty much the only move that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, unfortunate that she didn't play rook takes there, but
yeah. Interesting that her opponent immediately plays f5 as well.
That's kind of scary, right?
That's nice play, I guess.
Rook e5. Rook e5, probably just bishop f4, right? If rook e5, bishop f4.
Yeah.
Probably pretty good for white. And then rook d5. That's interesting.
Okay, and then rook d1.
Yeah. Yeah, this looks a bit silly now, right?
Yeah.
You spent all these moves to do nothing, so. Well, I guess you can. I mean, yeah, I don't know about this.
I guess now, yeah. I mean, you're not losing the c pawn, but you're losing a different one.
Yeah.
Or two.
Rook takes f5. Yeah, I guess you can exchange these pawns, right? But our king is a little
feels a bit
silly in the middle, right? And queen e5 is happening. C pawn is hanging. G pawn is hanging.
Yeah, that
f7 looks sweet.
That looks very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
Aren't you getting mated here as well somehow? Maybe. Oh, I guess f7 is defended.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we much rather would have seen rook takes e4 here. but maybe Diana didn't like king e7 for some reason. Yeah, I think this position makes sense after, like, if you're going to sack the g pawn, it makes a bit of sense, right?
Yeah, for sure. You have the open g file.
Yeah.
You have the active rook. Your bishop's also sort of in safety for the moment. Okay. He hasn't played f6 yet, which
Yeah, I don't.
It's a bit worrying. Kind of need her
She's
to
not
play
thinking
f6.
about taking on c2, is she?
Oh,
That seems kind of bad.
that seems very ambitious. I don't even want to see
Yeah,
it on the analysis board, actually.
It's completely losing, actually, after bishop f4. Right, this is.
Yeah, you probably.
Oh wow, this is really nice. You can play. Oh no, I thought the engine was asking for queen takes g7 here, and I was like, what is going on?
That would have been quite the thing.
Yeah. I mean, after you take here and the rook comes to e1, yes.
Yeah, that looks bad.
That's a grim,
sure?
right? Yeah.
No, don't want to see that happening.
Yeah.
I guess
she
maybe.
Played f6.
Yeah,
F6.
I guess Diana wasn't expecting f5. Maybe Diana missed that. Reasonable thing to miss, I guess.
So JC, we had a Roy Lopez and Diana prepared a line that her opponent played in round 2, but her opponent deviated quite early after thinking about it for a while, which is kind of what you want to see in this. Her opponent went for not a great line, and then Diana kind of misstepped at one point, but her opponent didn't see it, and then we had this pretty interesting position here after queen g3, where we thought black can just castle here and have a strong position, but Diana, being Diana, went for knight takes e4, and now computer is telling us that it's a nice 0-0 after bishop f4, which is on the board now.
Yeah,
making a lot of sense.
What do we think here? I guess rook d7 is a possibility.
Yeah, now I'm like.
Or we can play d5 and say we're gonna lose the pawn, but we're gonna have a nice bishop, nicely cemented bishop.
I think our king is gonna get stuck in the center though if we let this bishop come in, right?
I mean, I guess it's gonna go. Well.
Yeah, like so if we play like rook d7 and then rook d1.
Okay. But can't we play d5 now?
Probably, yeah.
I think this would be
now
nice.
Bishop here, we can just play c4, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, we can take it, can't we?
Oh, sorry, yeah. We can take it. Yeah, this is probably fine.
Yeah, so I don't think maybe rook d1 is the thing.
Yeah, maybe rook d1 is not so good. Maybe rook e1 instead?
Yeah.
I mean, again, I just go d5. And I'm gonna castle, and I guess I'm okay.
Maybe. No, you can't. What do you do here as white, actually?
Is it like is it something like a4 and bring the rook to a6?
Okay. Huh. That would be. Okay.
Oh wow. Computer wants to sack the bishop.
For the pawn?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So, and taking on g7 is apparently very strong.
Well, okay.
Apparently,
this is
winning for.
That looks very strong.
Winning for white. So.
What if you play?
That's kind of scary, yeah.
Queen. Yeah, no, I guess it doesn't work. Actually, what do you play after queen a8?
Queen a8.
Then you can try to recover somewhat with like rook d7 or something.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can't play rook d7. You hang a pawn.
That was normally the rule of JC, but me and Patrick neither of us have any idea of this position. We're not super familiar with e4, e5. So we were consulting the engine just to get a bit of clarity, so we weren't talking nonsense the whole time.
We usually talk nonsense all the time, so it's okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I mean, I guess white can just go rook f4 here, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, rook f4, and that looks like curtains.
Yeah, because you can't keep your rook on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's kind of scary. So I guess here you have to move your king. You can't take this bishop.
Huh.
You have to go like king f7.
And then bishop takes, and then you get rook d2, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, but even this, you're down a pawn for the moment, but not for long, I imagine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least it looks like there's not going to be a draw in this position anyway.
That looks actually, even after that, if you don't take the bishop,
yeah,
I still take black there. I think bishop takes, king
bishop
f7.
Takes, king f7.
Maybe
Bishop
he
takes
jumped the
c5,
bishop
rook d2.
Yeah.
Oh,
Then maybe the queen
this?
is centralizing.
Is this a move?
Is it? What if
Probably not.
bishop d?
Yeah, it doesn't do anything, right?
Yeah. So. And then the queen can also come to the diagonal.
I guess you bring a rook to the center. Well, you got to deal with this, right? If you like rook f2.
Yeah.
Then maybe we can just. Oh no,
you can't do that. I guess the
I'm
queen is
like
also threatening to come in if you move your queen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe we have to take or something. And we can't really take either. Or maybe you give a check.
Yeah. Suddenly it looks a lot scary. Oh yeah, I guess you can give a check, right? Sorry, click the wrong line there. I've gotten lost.
Darlings, what do you think about this position?
Yeah, after rook d2, what are we thinking here? Oh, that's an interesting point, actually. Instead of rook d7 first, just king f7.
Wait, sorry?
Someone in the chat is suggesting just king f7 straight away.
Oh.
And flat, what do you think if pawn takes, or bishop takes pawn?
Seems like it would end up in the same position.
Yeah.
Unless you have a stunning move in this exact position.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think black should have castled earlier. I think pretty significant plus for black if you castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're flat the man you're saying after rook e7, rook a1 was not looking nice, but I mean you can get this from that line as well, right?
Oh yeah, JC, that it's awakening and something inside me too. Don't you worry about that. We're all friends here, though.
Yeah. At least here, when Diana is having a big think about this, it's an important position and she has time.
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
true.
It's not move 6, you know.
So, yeah. That's good.
You know, this is important, and we're already on move 20 as well. So
she's still up on time for the moment.
Yeah. She has enough time to figure this out, I think. If she can figure it out, that's the thing.
She can also play d5. It's still an option. I mean, I'm not sure where your rook goes after taking.
I thought this was pretty nice for white, though.
I mean,
like, what are we gonna do? Is black here go king f7 and rook e8, or
probably? I mean,
I guess you can try play on the c file maybe.
yeah. Although the position and the bishop's gonna get locked in on the c file anyway, I guess.
Yeah, I think maybe you can just go queen c7 and.
But also, actually, what if you take?
Sorry, where?
Can you take the c pawn at some point? Can we take the c pawn at some point?
So rook d7, you take the c pawn.
Like
And then
black
queen c7.
No,
probably...
I mean black takes the c pawn.
Yeah. This is probably the best way to capture the c pawn there, right? At going like queen c7.
Yeah. Well, but that.
And,
yeah. Okay, that should work. Yeah.
and
Takes.
I don't think you can go b4, right?
I would imagine you can.
Oh, you just take, right? You just
yeah,
take.
but you take. Yeah, you can. And you're gonna be.
Yeah, and this is probably equal.
Equal. How is
Yeah.
it equal? I mean, it might be a draw, but I don't think it can be equal.
Really? Why? I mean, I know white's a pawn up, or black is a pawn up, but
yeah.
I can't see any way for black to make progress here.
Right, sure, but like, if anything, it can only be black.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Okay, I guess that's true. It
And
can
maybe
only
you
be,
can maybe you can make something happen on the king side.
Yeah.
at
Oh,
some
the
point.
live board flipped around again.
What? How?
Sorry.
That's weird. Okay, 1 second.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we should grab the chess24 live board so it updates automatically.
I think it does update automatically.
Okay. Yeah, that's strange that keeps happening.
Yeah. Sometimes it like disconnects for a second and it throws me out, and then I have to reopen it. Maybe I forgot to flip it back.
Yeah, I guess you're right here that you know, maybe b4 is not so accurate, but black can never lose that position, right? Which again is fine. We're playing with the black pieces.
I think white can lose any position. Yeah, oh, black you said. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, black,
that's fair.
black,
Yeah,
black can't. No,
well, I
no,
mean,
no,
overall, you're gonna
no.
be...
That's not what I was saying. I thought you said white.
Oh.
I thought.
No. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, black can't.
Yeah,
That's true.
I think we're probably happy with that, right? Like.
Yeah, we're definitely not unhappy with
bank.
that. Yeah.
I definitely think white is very happy with this position as well, though.
Yeah,
well,
from what happened.
White is pretty happy
yeah.
to see black not castling here.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's
okay,
for sure.
Patrick, I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm gonna leave you for a second, but
okay.
I'll be back very shortly.
Okay. All right, chat. We're on our own again. Yeah, it is about to go, Dermot. The time advantage is about to be gone. We have 1 more minute of time advantage until we're back in familiar territory. Yeah, I think a draw wouldn't be a terrible result here, but I think Diana really wants a win. She really wants a win, especially, yeah, today. I think after how the game went, I think a win would be really, really nice and get her into a bit of a better mindset. I think if she again has a great position and lets it slip, well, I guess she did let it slip a little bit here, she might be a little bit upset with herself. But okay, there's still lots to go in this game. It's not like it's a simple draw. And in any case, black would be on the better side of it for now. No matter if they play d5 or if she plays d5 or king f7 or rook d7, I think king f7 and rook d7 are basically the same move. Because as we discussed, if you play king f7, takes, and here you're probably getting a similar position. Or, well, whatever you're going to play. I guess you could also play something else, but you're going to get a very similar position to, or maybe probably the same position as if you go here first. If you go here first, as we discussed, white is going to be able to sacrifice this bishop, because this is going to be very dangerous for black. If we get into this kind of a position, this is going to be very, very dangerous. And I think Luke said he checked with the engine, and that would be in fact losing for black, so we want to be careful with that. But I'm not sure if white will have seen this sacrifice. It's not, I mean, it's sort of a natural move to think about on the one hand, but on the other hand, you have to be sort of sure that it works, obviously, as you have to do with sacrifices in general. It's always a little bit risky. If you miscalculate, there's sometimes hardly a way to fight back anymore, because you're going to be down so much in material. But okay, if this happens, and then let's say c4, this looks reasonable enough, or I guess also king f7 should be fine. I think either side being down a pawn for a second here wouldn't be such a big deal. Black can obviously just take the c-pawn as well, and at some point some pawns are going to fall for both sides, so this position would be definitely drawish as well. But white would have to find this nice little bishop sacrifice, or, well, not actually really a sacrifice because black can't really take it, but a potential sacrifice in any case. So yeah, I mean d5, I think d5 is definitely a move. If we go back, I think d5 is definitely a move, and if this kind of a thing happens, I guess we can, I don't know, play queen here maybe. If the queens get traded, I'm not exactly sure where the bishop wants to go. Maybe somewhere like here, and then we pick up the pawn. This could never be bad for black. I mean, we're up a pawn, but also I don't think there's that much hope of winning this position with the opposite color bishops. I mean, there's definitely chances, but white should be probably good enough to make a draw. Well, white's position should be good enough to make a draw, I would imagine. But yeah, I think if we get this, I think d5 looks sort of more pleasant, because could have taken on g2 as well as rook takes g1. Oh right, okay, yeah, I hung that, I guess. Sorry. Well, that, yeah, of course, that's not a move then. I guess then we would have to play this as white, but I think the same general result. I think, yeah, sorry, my bad. But I think the result is sort of the same. Either we trade off a pair of rooks, or we drop back. I mean, we could drop back with tempo, but then, well, this may be actually a little bit unpleasant for white, because this and then here would be,
I don't think rook
painful.
f2 is a move, because
yeah,
you can take and then take on f5, right?
oh yeah, that as well. Okay, yeah, I didn't really appreciate the,
Maybe there's a little bit more play than we thought.
yeah, so maybe you shouldn't even, or maybe you put the bishop somewhere else, I don't know. Maybe you put the bishop on f2, like takes, and then you put the bishop here. No, but then this pawn we're tying next. Maybe this? I don't know. Oh, but the pawn's still hanging. What am I talking about? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, maybe this position is actually better for black than we thought. Interesting. Yeah. Maybe more than we gave credit. Okay, so Diana did play this line. If we look at the live board, d5 was played, bishop d6, rook d7, bishop takes c5, and queen to c7. We like to see this. I think this is nice. Diana's slightly down on time now, but okay, we're fine with that. Familiar territory. All of it. Takes. Actually, that wasn't played yet, I guess. So maybe white shouldn't even. White should try to look for a different move.
Yeah, I think taking on c7 is pretty good for black.
Yeah, it seems like that's.
I mean, I still think white should be able to hold. But...
Although I guess we didn't look again at this. Which might be more solid for white.
I think so. I think this is what white should go for. But I mean,
but actually, we still. I mean, if we go here, 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 and eventually we can put a rook here, and then white would have to play this, and then it introduces some new weaknesses. So, you know, not completely hopeless to press here, being up a pawn and all.
Yeah, again, like you know, white is going to sit there and suffer, and black gets to have all the fun.
Yeah, so definitely very happy to get into a position for once where Diana's the one having all the fun, and her opponent's the one suffering. We had like 2 depressing games the last 2 days.
Is there any lines where black doesn't take? Sorry, where white doesn't capture on c7?
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
I'm also very impressed with Diana's play here. She thinks about the position, just bangs out all the moves. You know, it's the proper way to do it, right?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
She's playing
now her opponent's in the pit again, you know.
She's playing confidently. I think she also, like the sequence, she blitzed it out, showing that she looked at all the stuff, which is good. And now her opponent is the one thinking again. And I think this might be another decently long think for white here, because yeah, you are going to suffer for a long time if you are going to go into this endgame with queen takes c7. So I imagine white will look for some way to maybe avoid that, but let's see if there is such a way. So where would you put the queen to defend the bishop? Like, there are a couple of squares. I mean, there's e3, there's c3, there's a3. Yeah, Janio, definitely. Yesterday was a rough game. Her opponent played really cleanly. Diana made, I mean, one little inaccuracy move order-wise, I think, taking on b6. And then it just snowballed a little bit. And then she got a chance to go back into the game with e5 instead of king g3. And yeah, I mean, that was just her missing a little bit of a chance to get a draw again. Yeah, very unfortunate game, but her opponent played very precisely. I think the only mistake she made was rook to f6, where she gave Diana a chance to get back into the game. But apart from that, it was very, very clean. Very nice play from her opponent. Who was underperforming a little bit. She's 2250 and she lost twice. I mean, I guess the first one was against the GM, but the second one was against a lower rated player. So she was definitely hungry for a win yesterday. Okay, now Valentina's thinking here. As I said, I think she might think for a while.
Yeah, so I guess like she's probably looking at something like this.
Yeah, okay, that's another.
Oh no, sorry.
Wait,
sorry.
no, that's
the
hanging
queen
the
is
queen.
hanging.
But
Queen
I
is hanging.
guess
Never mind.
You
That
could-
was a test. That was a test.
you could move the queen to a3.
Yeah. Queen a3, king f7. Oh, the a6 pawn is hanging, I guess.
Yeah. No, what is it? No. It's not. You take with.
Oh, you can't take it straight away, but
Yeah. Yeah, I think king
yeah.
f7
So
is
after like
probably
king
the move
f7,
there.
yeah, I don't like queen a3 though.
Yeah, maybe actually you could also think about queen c3, because I guess you want to play b4 anyway, and then the queen is a little bit better on the square maybe. But at the
I
same
feel like that loses to d4.
Yeah, that's the worry, of course. Yeah.
Because if queen e1,
Yeah, that.
can I take on c5 is the question. Like take, check. Oh, it's check. Oh, this is pinned, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe this isn't great.
No.
I don't think there's anything here, right? If you just move the king and I take.
Yeah, nothing there. I don't think. Okay, so not that. You can't drop the queen either, unfortunately.
Yeah, maybe maybe just king f7 again, right?
Yeah.
Because then d5 is or d4 is actually a threat, right?
Yeah, so that's probably no good either. Yeah. Although you do
also
have
a very good suggestion in the chat: a5, b4. I think if a5 though, white will just play this. But I guess this is again just fine for us. Oh, I guess they can take here now. So we have to throw in this intermezzo.
Yeah.
And
now our pawns are on dark squares, can't be defended.
Yeah. Maybe this is an improvement for I mean, yeah, bishop here, right?
Yeah, I can't defend the pawns. Yeah, so that would be better for white than the other version.
Maybe just king f7 here, and now d4 you're actually threatening, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe the queen moves are. Well, I guess we didn't check queen e3 yet.
Yeah, queen e3.
Maybe the most sensible one anyway.
King f7 again.
Yeah, king f7 I think will usually be the move.
Let's say c3.
Yeah, maybe this line you're not gonna lose the pawn.
Well, now I have rook. Now I have rook e8, right? So.
Yeah, maybe you should.
Here, I guess.
Yeah. And then you're gonna.
But maybe this is good.
Is it?
Trying to get the two pawns in the center and open the f file to go after f5.
Okay, but if you take the queen?
You take with the pawn.
I don't know. I mean,
we have a lovely passed pawn now.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess maybe there's something there. Still, though, I mean, I guess you should be able to blockade with the dark square bishop eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, again, I think if white plays this correctly, they shouldn't be losing here. But
yeah.
Like, they should never lose this position. But
definitely some danger.
Yeah.
Definitely
very interesting position. Another, like, really
not easy.
kind of critical point here where white has to make a big decision.
Yeah. She's still thinking. Down to 25 minutes now. Actually, my game has my broadcast kicked me out again, so I'll have to end the game, flip the board once more. Okay, but she moved queen to f2. She played.
Actually,
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's also a move.
She did keep that on the board. Did not want to go down that pawn for the moment.
Yeah. I guess we just play king f7 again, right?
Yeah, I think king f7 probably the move. Almost always.
And then white's gonna try form a blockade here, I guess, with bishop e5, bishop d4. And then it's probably just you know.
Actually, I just randomly had the computer on because I reloaded the thing, and computer says g6, which
g6.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you say so, Mr. Computer.
Instead of king f7. Instead of king f7. Or...
Yes, yes.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense.
The point is, I guess, that you can't. Yeah, there's never queen takes f6 because of the bishop hanging.
So, are we gonna recapture, or are we gonna play rook g7 straight away?
So the computer line goes g6.
g6 is a very engine move here. I don't think Zana will find it.
Yeah, I agree. I just had it on because I reloaded the page.
No worries.
And
I mean, that's important to know.
Like,
g6.
Yeah.
I didn't think about this move at all, but yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? So, if captures, are we capturing with the pawn?
Rook g8.
Yeah, rook g. Yeah, this. I was thinking here maybe like rook g7 or something, but
yeah,
this makes a lot of sense, right? It's kind of like, if you guys remember when we were talking about the French positions earlier, but just like one pawn to the right, I guess.
Although, why not rook g7 instead? That looks more reasonable to me because
rook g7.
Because you can't.
I guess you want to
g8.
take with the. You probably want to take with this rook here anyway, right? You want this rook here.
No, but don't you just play rook takes g2?
Because you don't want queen takes to come with.
Yeah, but you play rook takes g2 check.
Oh, you play rook takes g2. Okay, sorry. Oh, what did I do there? Yeah, maybe this is better. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, right? It's the same. This is probably just better.
I was thinking at least there you're like still blockading the pawn.
Yeah.
Because if you take.
Yeah. Okay. She missed the idea, but this is really.
Oh, it is nice. Rook takes h7. I guess there's nothing to do for white in the meantime. Okay, well.
Yeah. Now you're threatening everything, right? Now now suddenly, white looks in trouble.
Yeah. Okay. So she played king f7, which I mean, if you don't think for
a
while,
logical sense.
Yeah.
I don't think you're ever finding g6.
G6 is a bit of an insane move for sure.
G6 is a really deep move there, I think.
Yeah, very deep.
Well, maybe not that deep, but it's.
Well,
it seems really hard to find g6.
Yeah.
G6 and then to find rook g8 also is like, yeah.
But I think rook g7 is also good. Actually, well, I don't know. But anyway,
I mean, now that I'm looking at it, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense, like.
Yeah, it does. It does.
I presume after what we have here in the game, this is just very equal.
It's hard to even look at that though. Like g6 is not something you look at necessarily in this position.
Yeah, g6 is very much.
Yeah.
You need a lot of confidence to play g6 there.
Which is usually not something that stopped her in the past from playing a move, but.
Yeah, I mean, even looking at g6 there is. I think impressive.
Yeah,
like even
for
considering to play g6, it makes a lot of sense though to just activate all the pieces, but
yeah,
it's a tough one to find.
Definitely tough.
But yeah, now that we looked at it, I think g6 would have been really nice there. Now it looks pretty equal, I think.
Yeah, now it looks.
I guess Diana might have some issues with like the H pawn, but I guess the king is going to go back to G8. So
Yeah.
you know, and some if something like Queen H4 here.
Yeah.
Bishop on E4 makes it very hard for black to, or for white, sorry, to kind of mobilize.
Coordinate, yeah.
Yeah.
Bit hard. You could think of rook e5. But I mean,
Yeah, rook E5 is also, it's kind of the most straightforward idea, right?
Yeah.
Oh, G6 there would have been really beautiful.
That would have been nice for sure.
Yeah.
But okay. Not.
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree with
blame,
you.
Can't blame anyone for not
Astros.
finding this.
Yeah, no, I definitely think G6 is incredibly difficult to find there. G4 is interesting, but like again, G4 is another move where I'm like, I have to really think about it before I play G4. So you're weakening a lot of squares.
Yeah.
So G4 is a brave move again, I think.
After all,
But
like,
yeah,
it's not.
I think a draw is pretty. Oh, we have some moves on the board. So rook E1 and then rook E5. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, they might not play the game out as long as they would usually.
I think whoever tries to win this position might end up losing.
Yeah, also I think, I mean, as I said, like, they're good friends, so
yeah,
they might just not.
I don't know, when I'm playing a good friend and we decide to actually play a game,
yeah.
Once we get into the game, I become very motivated to win.
Yeah, okay, I mean, that's
more
true.
More so than normal, right?
Yeah, I think Diana had the same thing, actually. But at the same time, I think maybe they just both want to, have a bit of a more relaxing day.
I mean, just from the position, I'm thinking here that it's very difficult for me to make progress, but if I don't do anything, then yeah, my opponent's not going to do anything either, right? Like, I don't...
Yeah.
I guess that white could maybe try and play a4 and go after b5, but I feel like our bishop should be able to hold everything together.
Yeah, and also, meanwhile, black's maybe going to reorganize the rook to e8, the other rook to d7 rook. Not that it, like, I don't know. Maybe also you can eventually put the queen to c8 and then sort of force g4, maybe.
Oh, like giving up our Isolini for the f pawn.
Well, I mean, threaten it at least, and then they would have to reorganize.
Yeah. So again, it's something you got to think about quite a lot, because our bishop on e4 is very strong because of the Isolini right now, right? We're kind of shutting the rooks out of the game if we start chopping, then
well, you could also think of, I mean, you don't have to rush anything. You could place...
Yeah, that's true.
If the d pawn is only attacked once, you could play queen d7 or whatever.
I don't think there's going to be any issue of making the time control in this game.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
So maybe we'll see if... That's one thing maybe you got to think about as well, is that even if you're trying to win this position, maybe we just shuffle around until we reach the time control, and then you think about it for a while. But they both have loads of time. They both have like 25 minutes, so it should be fine. Saying that, I spent an hour on move 6 last week, so...
Yeah, as white or as black?
As white, again, in an Alpen Gambit. My opponent played an Alpen Gambit for the first time in their life.
What's that? And, I don't know that.
You know, like d4, d5, c4, e5.
Oh, Albin. Oh, yeah. Never mind. Sorry, I do
Yeah,
know
yeah.
that.
I was.
Wait, but that's like a really bad gambit, isn't it?
I know. That's why I spent so much time because I was like, I wanted to make sure that I was gonna play the right moves.
Did you win?
So I did win. I did win.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I was like +3 after like 12 moves, but I
Did
mean,
he-
I spent an hour on move 6, so
Did he play
I wanted to be sure. Like,
this line where you take on b2 eventually, or with the queen?
I played like knight f3 and g3, and he went bishop e6, queen d7, bishop h3, h4, or h5, h4, like this line.
Ah, okay.
And I just exchanged some pieces and swapped queens, and I was a split pawn. So,
Right. Yeah.
well, yeah, I spent a lot of time just because I wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think white wants to play g4 here for no like if they can avoid it, but I don't know if they can avoid it.
Yeah, it feels like that eventually they might have to do it. And what line of the Albin does? Well, am I thinking of the right opening? Let me see.
You're thinking of the Danish.
No. It's been a while. Like I haven't played a lot of chess recently, but that's.
I don't think bishop b6 is threatening anything.
Oh, the England gambit. Yeah, maybe I mixed them up. Yes. Okay, that might be it. England gambit. Okay, my bad. My gambit vocabulary is off.
The Albin is not like good for black. It's just I knew it was bad for black, so I really wanted to make sure I played correctly. It was also like I'm playing with the white pieces against an opponent I think I should be beating, so I'm really like want to make sure I'm gonna win the game. Hydration.
Yes, essential. I probably I wasted a whole bottle of the. Like I got 6 2-liter bottles that I was carrying from the shop. I probably wasted the amount of sweat equal to one of the bottles on the way.
How warm is it there?
I don't know. It feels like the last couple of days it was like 31 or something, 32, maybe 30.
Terrible.
Like around that same thing again. Yeah, it's a lot.
It's not too warm here, but it's quite nice actually at the moment.
It's nice in the evenings when you can go out and it's still nice and summery.
That's why the round is at 3 and not at 12.
Yeah, I mean, I think Diana would prefer it if it was in the morning. She said, but yeah.
Really?
She said she doesn't like having so like yesterday. We were trying to get food. Like she came home after the round. And we talked a little bit on stream, and then basically it was almost 9 when we went to eat, and this one restaurant already basically wasn't serving food anymore. So
wow, okay.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
Yeah. Should be in Spain where
do you have a kitchen or?
Yeah, we do have a kitchen.
Would you not cook something up for her when she gets back?
I mean, she comes back and stream is still on, so.
A little cooking stream. Intermission,
That would be an idea. That's true.
All the streamers are doing cooking streams at the moment. We gotta capitalize.
Yes, that's true. Actually saw Anna Kramling do a baking stream yesterday.
Yeah, baking stream.
When we were looking for a raid target.
When are you gonna play your first over the board game, Patrick?
Well, that's a good question. I was planning.
You're a very strong player, so.
I was planning to do it this summer, but I didn't get around to it.
You'll have to come to a big tournament with us,
Oh yeah, I would love to.
When I'm vaccinated, I think we're gonna go play a big tournament. So.
Didn't you say you weren't playing any until college is done?
Yeah, well, you know, Christmas time, maybe, you know.
Right. Okay, yeah, sure.
We'll see. But yeah, that's the plan. Not playing any tournaments while college is on. Got to focus on that. So
Yeah.
still gonna be like playing. I'm playing like the local league and whatever because it's not FIDE rated.
Right. Okay. At your club or?
Yeah, one of the clubs that I work at. I'm gonna play for them in Division 5 this year. So I'm basically gonna get 11 out of 11. Because I'm gonna be playing like 1300s every round. So
That's okay.
I'm just helping them out, like.
Well, good thing it's not FIDE rated, so you're not risking anything.
Yeah.
So
G4.
G4
okay.
was played.
Okay, G4
Sorry, I
is.
had to refresh again.
Yeah, we weren't really calculating there because the players were thinking for a long time. But G4 is interesting though. Like my immediate idea is to play H5, but maybe that's a bit silly. I'm just like, our bishop on E4 is just suddenly incredible, and now the dark squares around the king are weak as well. So yeah, now G6 doesn't look too insane, right? Now G6 looks like a move that a normal person could find, and
Wait,
then go
does
rook
it?
H7.
How so? Doesn't it lose? Doesn't it just lose? I'm confused.
Oh, immediately? Yeah, it looks. Yeah, that's true. it loses immediately to queen takes f6. But
Yeah. Eventually, maybe yeah.
if we prepare it a little bit.
Yeah.
You know.
Maybe we just have time with this stuff. We can just reroute our rook first and then.
Yeah, like play rook e8 first. I'd like that.
Yeah.
I guess if we go rook e8, rook.
Oh, actually, if we play rook d8, rook e8, then I guess our rook's gonna get checked around.
Well, we can always come to d7, right? So
yeah, but then we didn't actually gain anything.
I thought there was like a perpetual here, right?
Yeah, but then we didn't actually gain anything.
Yeah.
We just put the other rook
well,
on d7.
I mean, I think if this perpetual happens, they'll just agree a draw, right? So.
Yeah. Probably. Well, actually.
So.
Yeah, no, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess g5 is an idea for white now. And try to weaken the pawns around the king. But you probably just don't have enough time to do it, ever. So I guess as black, you kind of got to be thinking here, like, how do I improve my position in a way that doesn't give white time to go like g5? I presume like white can go Luke's initial analysis of g6 batteries on it too. That's very funny. That was an excellent comment. A battery, of course, for those who don't know, being this this rook and queen on the same file.
Battery's not included.
Yeah, I mean, like queen h4 might be an idea. And
queen
then
c8 was played by Diana.
Queen c8. Okay. Queen c8.
I don't understand why she did it now, after g4 was played.
Yeah.
Maybe to prevent g5?
Is Diana gonna go queen h8? Like a crazy person.
Oh.
Queen h8 and h5.
Okay, yeah, that would be... and then...
Is that
okay.
That's a bit too insane, I think.
I mean...
Like, for example, like in the fantasy land, let's just say, you know, a3, queen here, rook d2, h4, rook here, captures, checkmate. I mean...
Good.
You know...
Very nice.
I mean, that's a complete fantasy, but maybe that's what Dan is thinking.
Sometimes dreams do come true, so
Yeah.
that is something to be ambitious about.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's an idea, right? But why not put your rook on h8 if you want to do that, right? So,
Yeah, that's a good point. Although,
yeah.
I don't know.
I guess the queen defends. Oh, if you put the queen on h8, it defends f6 when you play g6.
It does. Yeah. That's a good point. Although, I'm still not sure that you want to do that.
Yeah. I mean, queen h8 looks a very funny move. I mean, I'm gonna put that. Yeah, queen d8 looks very funny.
Well, maybe it's inducing a losing attempt, like just trying to get her opponent to do something equally ambitious.
I mean, if my opponent played queen h8 against me in this position, I think I would have to like leave the playing hall because I would start laughing. Because it's just like, I'm sure it's a fine move. But,
You
like,
say this
aesthetic-
now, but she might do it.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
be shocked.
I'm sure it's a fine move. Just aesthetically looking, it's very funny, right?
Yeah, I mean, you don't
Yeah.
need the queen anywhere else for the moment,
Yeah.
so might as well. I
Also,
guess
Diana is up like 10 minutes on the clock, so
that's very good.
you know, we're a little bit away from the time control still, but she's playing a reasonable pace. So
Yeah,
good to see.
it's interesting though because all of these games they haven't been very swingy. Like all of her games have been.
Yeah.
Like the first game was Diana winning, and then draw, loss, but not like there was one swing basically.
Yeah, it's good. They're both.
And then the
Everyone
second
is playing pretty high quality chess.
Yeah, the other two rounds were just like immediate death after one mistake.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think, maybe let's just say if Diana was more familiar with this line, I think, you just castle there and you'd have a big edge, right? So.
But I'm not even sure, like, because I think we both were thinking, like, I don't think either of us is familiar with the line. We're still thinking castles. I think it's just an instinctual thing for her that she likes. Like, I think she also missed maybe this f5 thing. Yeah. Without which it might just be good. What she did. Yeah, and also I think queen takes g7 immediately might also be very good for black. So.
Yeah, I think queen takes g7. It's interesting now that you think about it. Like, g6 kind of is trying to reach a position as if white played queen takes g7, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
In that position earlier, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think I agree with you that if white had played queen takes g7, then that's a position Diana is going to be really comfortable with. Like, that's kind of her type of position, right?
Yeah.
And the computer kind of backed it up as well.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, maybe a little slight miscalculation on like taking on e5 or at e4, I guess. I think rook takes is a bit better, but because it avoided this variation. But yeah, I mean, I think she's played pretty well. Like, and definitely, like, she won the opening. She won the opening battle completely, I think. So,
yeah.
Easily,
she was much better out of the opening.
She won the opening battle. Yeah.
Yeah.
And not even like on the board, but like psychologically as well, right? She's up on time. She surprised her opponent. She banged at all the moves. Diana's an experienced player. She knows how to put the fear of God into her opponents. So, that's all. Those are all big pluses for us. And she's playing with the black pieces, so it's a free roll, right?
Her opponent thought for quite a while and played queen to f4, which, I mean, and
queen f4.
I would have probably just played rook e2.
Yeah, queen f4 is
bit of a puzzling move.
It looks to me like a bit of hope chess, right?
It's like
Like,
hopefully
oh,
you
take-
make the wrong move. Yeah.
Like, take my pawn on c2, please. Here you
The-
go.
The Eric Rosen school of chess. Oops.
Yeah.
Oh no, my pawn.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
now watch Diana take this pawn.
Nah,
I
might
mean, I
just
don't
do
think
it.
there's any question. You never take the spawn, right? It's just that
No.
would just be crazy.
No, I think that just. I don't think. I mean,
I mean,
there's no point in even doing it.
I guess Queen h8 and h5 and taking on g4 isn't mate anymore, but I still like
Now the
h4,
bishop isn't being
h5.
protected anymore. Maybe you can play a5.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess if a5 just c3
Yeah.
or a3, either of those.
If you play c3, I guess takes, and then
Yeah,
you have
and
the
then
a file.
Queen a8. Yeah. So probably a3.
Yeah, but then yeah. Well, I guess you don't. I was thinking
don't
maybe
think
you
we
get your
wanna
rook. You got your rook over and then take the open
Yeah.
file anyway, but
I don't think we want to weaken the b pawn just yet, though. Like, there's no rush.
maybe not. Also, I would really like this bishop is very annoying for a rook, because if we could play a5 and then get our rook to a7 right away, I think that would be nice.
Yeah.
But without it, maybe it's not so appealing.
Yeah, good point as well about a chess. Maybe Diana will just play Queen c7 here. Because
Yeah,
you
maybe.
still can't go g5, right? But I mean, I guess white can go h4 next move. But you just never get to play g5, so... Well, I guess you can play bishop d4 first, right? So if, like, let's say Queen c7...
Could also play h6 to just shut down that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Just the thing I'm worried about with h6 is if that, like, the queen comes into h5 and...
Yeah, but I'm not sure that does anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it gets something going, right? Because you can go like this. But maybe it just doesn't work because you never... Like, for example, let's say, like, Queen c2, like, this comes here, rook d8 and, like, c3. And now I want to play, like, h4 and g5.
Okay, so I play h6 now?
I guess you can just take the queen, right?
Well, okay, yeah, that too, but let's say we do it in another move order. Where...
Also, yeah, maybe we have a better move than Queen c7. So. But yeah, let's just say for that example in that line, like, yeah, this is probably fine to just do this, right?
Yeah, this is definitely.
This
I mean,
is just a draw.
must be a draw. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to do for either side.
So maybe we can find a better move than Queen c7.
So if you still want to win, I think a5 would be the try, actually.
Yeah, and trying to come to a3.
I'm not still not sure. Yeah, I'm still sort of infiltrate with some piece. Give your opponent a chance to go wrong at least. Create a weakness at some. Like right now, neither player. I mean, I guess c2 is technically still a weakness.
Yeah.
But I think you can create. Maybe you hope to create a weakness if you play a5, although you create one for yourself as well.
Yeah, I don't know about Queen f4.
Okay, Diana
rook
played
e2, like you said.
Queen to e8.
Okay.
Oh, I don't like that move. Because now, like, white immediately has this repetition, and maybe better.
Yeah. Maybe Diana wants repetition.
I guess maybe that's a draw offer, but I don't like that draw offer. But maybe it's okay.
I mean, I think as white here, I would be taking it, but...
Yeah. Yeah, I think I wouldn't want to play this position. This seems actually just torture for both sides.
Yeah. I'm very curious to see what the engine says about Queen h8. Check it afterwards.
It probably doesn't. I think any queen
It'll
move
probably
might just be
laugh
the
at me,
same
yeah.
one. I think probably every queen move has the same evaluation, I would guess.
Yeah.
Actually.
I guess
Unless-
that's the thing, like, white can just shuffle pieces forever here.
Yeah.
There's very. I mean, I guess you can go a4 at some point, but it's really tough to get in. Like, let's say here, if a4 or a5. So yeah, if c3, then I guess take with the bishop. Like
Yeah.
taking with the pawn seems kind of bad, right? Because now all of a sudden,
Yeah,
this is
exactly.
the
So,
problem.
well, yeah, and not right now,
So,
but because of tanks.
but like, and this seems like it makes the bishop a bit inactive, but this b pawn looks really weak now.
But you can put the queen on
Yeah,
c4.
I guess you can play this in, but no, you can't move the bishop here. Just yeah.
No, but eventually will. I think this would be an improvement for black.
Oh, I think we have the. Oh, did they make a draw? I think they made a draw.
They probably did, yeah. I mean, they played the repetition once, or she played bishop d4 at least. So
Yeah.
if she repeats, then
Yeah, maybe bishop takes here is actually a good move. And now it's kind of tricky to organize the pieces, right?
wait, sorry, bishop takes where?
In this line with a5.
Yeah, sorry, I can't see the square you're highlighting. Or
Oh, just what I have on the analysis board at the moment.
yeah, okay.
Like so. So a5, c3.
Oh, you
and
mean take
the
with?
bishop.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
And then you're gonna go a3.
Yeah. Well,
Now you have like it's hard to get our bishop to c4, right?
but I think the queen is just as good there.
Yeah.
But okay, I think nothing's gonna happen in either of those
Yeah.
positions. But also, if you have the queen on c5, then you can maybe play bishop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Well.
Okay, let's.
Nothing to be had, I think.
So yeah, so queen e8 in the game, and then we have bishop d4, bishop e7, rook e7. Yeah, now I guess white can go g5, right? I mean, white always has this draw, so I imagine what will happen is white will play this one more time and then go g5 after thinking for a while. So g5 seems strong.
Oh.
Yeah, this will. I mean, I really hope this doesn't end badly because
This would be the saddest one yet. Oh
this
god.
would be.
No, it can't happen. No.
This would be
I
crushing.
refuse. I refuse to believe that. No.
I mean, yeah, you don't even have time to go king g8 here.
Do you not?
No, because the bishop is on f6, right?
Oh yeah. Do you have any? Oh no. Can't happen. What if you take? Queen takes. And
I mean, this looks pretty bad, right?
and then
Oh,
king
now can we go
g8.
here?
Now king g8. Yeah.
Well, f6. All the white pieces are suddenly becoming alive,
Okay, then
right?
then rook f7.
Yeah, I'll just take this pawn. Oh, I can't take the pawn actually. Sorry. Okay, maybe f6 is bad.
At least we trade like then queens get traded off. It should be a draw.
Maybe king g7 and then king here, I guess.
Yeah, making it exciting. God.
Oh, g5 was played. Okay. Slightly scary.
This is how friendship dies, by the way. Oh god, if this position goes bad. No, okay, but she has time to figure this out.
I guess you can take on c2 here. No, you can't take on c2, right?
Oof.
Take on c2.
Seems a bit loose. Like takes and then queen h6 maybe.
King e8 here. No, Hmm. Maybe just king e8 and hope for the best.
Ooh, but now you're
Oh,
now you're
bishop
getting
takes,
mated, aren't
yeah.
you? With
Yeah.
rook
King
e1.
g8, then like rook f2, I guess. Well, I don't think that works either, right?
Can't you take the pawn?
That looks a bit sad as
Eh.
well.
Wait, doesn't sad for who then?
For white, I think.
Yeah. Okay, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you have to just take on c2 and pray a bit here. Like, this doesn't work, I think, because you just take here, right?
Wait, but what did we think about f takes g5? I didn't.
F takes g5, queen takes g5.
Did we find the problem with king g8 now?
Yeah, king g8. Maybe black is okay here, but it just looks a bit. I mean, I guess this can happen, right?
Mm-hmm. But now we can play. No, we can't.
I mean, yeah, again, I can take on c2, I guess.
Oof.
Like,
yeah, okay, well, this looks.
this is allowed, I guess, but the king is going to get away, right? So. Yeah, we thought f6 looks strong, but I think f6 is just fine.
Yeah, I think f6 is.
Say rook f7, right?
Yeah.
Not a big deal. You can't take here because of this.
Oh, okay. Diana plays bishop takes c2. She didn't really
Okay.
think that long either. Oh, God, she's feeling brave
I think
today.
bishop takes c2 is correct.
I mean, it might well be, but still.
Bishop takes c2
very,
or take.
Very brave.
You gotta take on c2 or take on g5 anyway.
Yeah.
Hopefully she doesn't like move these rooks because there is this check at some point, which would be a disaster. So
bishop takes g2. I mean, well, I don't see anything wrong with it, but
yeah.
It just looks awfully scary.
Yeah, so now I think white has to capture here.
Like
can white?
She's only spent.
Wait, so let's say if you capture here and then play rook c8-1. No, you just swap everything off, right?
Yeah, I mean, this shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, this is an issue, right? Queen c7 is an issue.
Is it? You can just trade queens.
Well, queen c7 and... Oh, queen d4. Sorry, queen d4. Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's okay. Okay, so is taking force?
Yeah, well...
Well, this is kind of the problem, right? If you take with the rook, then I'll take here, right? If you take with the queen, then I'll go rook c1, right? And let's say after bishop here, like rook c7. Or
actually,
sorry,
I'm not sure.
Taking and then rook here. Is this winning?
Yeah, this is a mess, that's for sure. Wait, how did we get to this position? I didn't watch for a second.
So it's white to move here. So I was thinking that white has to capture here, but maybe actually you can go rook here as well. Which looks kind of mental.
Okay, and if we play... If we put the bishop back? Or something?
Bishop back. We take on f6.
Oh, and then we take the... Oh no, that doesn't work, does it? No, that doesn't work. That definitely doesn't work. Whoops. Somehow I thought we could take the bishop, the rook now, but we can't.
Yeah, I definitely would not trust the engine on chess 24.
Yeah. What does the engine on chess24 say?
But yeah, queen h4 is also a move. I guess.
Queen h4.
Yeah, that looks.
Uh-huh. Okay, king g8.
King g8.
We have to run.
Just take on f6, I guess.
Yeah, and then do we... I guess we can't really take...
Yeah, queen h4 looks really strong. Maybe that's just better than everything else. So you take, like if you take with the pawn.
Well, I guess you're not getting mated just yet, so if bishop takes...
Yeah.
Oh, okay, queen takes.
So if bishop takes, you have queen f7. No, you can't go rook e7.
No, you can't. You have to take
You
first.
have to take first. Rook takes. Queen f7
Yeah.
or bishop d4.
I just take all the pawns. Well, actually, what? No, I mean you hang your queen with check. Actually.
I mean, I'm just thinking maybe bishop here.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, this check doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have rook e7. Sorry.
No, but do you need rook?
No. But maybe you just play like rook rook e3 here.
Mm-hmm.
It looks very scary.
Okay, then. Yeah. Okay, that does look scary. You have no control over the dark squares.
Yeah. Yeah, queen h4 looks very, very strong.
I guess that's sort of the only danger that was there in these opposite colored bishop positions, where you get like destroyed on the dark squares or the light squares, respectively.
And if we try to swap everything off, it doesn't.
No, I think you're losing your. I mean, it's always.
Yeah, I think so as well, Fatima. I didn't see queen h4 either, so maybe she doesn't see it, but it looks really, really strong.
This is actually one way I would like to ask the computer, because this is if it works, it just crushes probably.
Yeah, queen h4 looks good. I think rook e6 is also pretty good with the same idea. I think white has a lot of good moves here, actually, which might be a good thing, because you know when you only have one good move and
she only has 4 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, when you only have one good move, you don't need to calculate it, right? You just play it and then you calculate. Or you have 8 good moves, you know. Suddenly you have to think about which one you want to play, right? So.
Okay, I still actually.
We're on
still
move
believe in this.
30. This white is thinking about their 32nd move.
Actually, what's gonna happen is white's gonna think they have an attack. They're gonna try to attack with everything. They're gonna lose another pawn in the process, and then we're gonna win the opposite color bishop ending. That's what's gonna happen. Yeah. Heard it here first. We're not doing commentary anymore. We're doing hope commentary.
Hope commentary.
Hope chess.
I think Flat the Man's making a good point there. There's a lot of lines here that are probably just winning for black.
For white.
So there's a lot of lines here that white can play that are winning for black apparently, which makes sense to me. Yeah. So.
That would be good.
Yeah. I think this is a really, really tough position. After, you know, when you have 2 minutes. And yeah, I agree as well with Bada Chess that.
Yeah, like the time is very crucial.
Queen h4 looks crushing to me, you know, like.
But now there's no easy way like to make an immediate draw anymore, so.
Yeah.
Maybe it's good that she, with her 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I would like her to think for another minute here at least. Okay, she played queen h4.
Oh,
that's
no. Oh no.
That's very painful. Okay, I hope Diana doesn't rush here.
Queen h4 is really strong.
Okay, we also haven't. Did we try to play rook e1? Like rook takes e1?
Rook takes c1. So I thought if rook takes c1, rook takes c1, and then what? Rook e7?
Yeah.
A rook e7. And no, I can't give up the rook.
No, I don't think so.
The taking on f6 doesn't work. I imagine.
No, I
Because of
can't.
this check. Yeah. So
Can't work. Yeah.
so if rook takes queen takes, that's probably fine.
Looks definitely
You
fine.
know? No, well, I don't think so actually.
No?
Another obstacle or bishop ending.
But this? Is this so bad?
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe that's the best chance Diana has, but
it's also the
this
most natural move, I think. Rook 61.
yeah, this h-pawn has a lot of... H-pawn is pretty good in the obstacle or bishop ending because we have a dark square bishop for white. So... be bad. But it probably should be just a draw because the pawns... well, actually, white's king can run in this way. Just thinking about the ending here. So let's just say white plays... let's say black plays like a5 here. Just a really bad move. I presume taking on f6 is just... well, you just take on h7 and this is just immediately winning, right? And now, how do you stop? Well, I guess you have queen here. No, that doesn't really work either, right?
No.
This check and then take... oh,
Yeah.
this comes with check.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But maybe
Maybe you just take on f6 first and keep it simple.
you can mate them if you push the pawn.
Yeah. Oh, mate, can you? Check?
Ah, no, I guess not. Maybe not.
No, we can't. We can't play queen h5 check, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, actually, but what if you... oh no, I guess the king runs via e7.
Yeah.
Although...
well, I guess they're
wait,
getting
no,
to the
hold
time
on.
control. And
Hold on, how about queen takes h7, and then...
queen takes h... so, yeah, queen takes h7.
And then, what do you play?
Rook takes.
Okay, and then g6?
Oh, then just check, right? And then... oh, no, I can come to... yeah, this loses. This doesn't lose, right?
Oh, yeah, you can block, right, okay. That's... yeah, I missed that you can block. Yeah, obviously. My bad.
Well, I guess you could take on f6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, also looks scary,
Takes.
but this should probably... you can probably find some perpetual or something. Should... I mean, it looks like you should find something here to trade off or to defend somehow.
Yeah, looks very scary. I'm not so sure.
You have a lot of
yeah,
material.
Diana has a move,
squares.
so she doesn't have to play a5. We were just having a look at if it was white's move in that position for some reason. Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea for Diana to play quickly here because they're going to get to the time control very soon. So they're going to be an extra 30 minutes each.
10 moves. I mean, by 10 moves it's probably decided, actually.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah, but I mean, white probably has a lot of, like, you know, repeat the position twice. Actually, that was a bit of an inaccuracy, not repeating the position twice earlier.
That's true, yeah.
Definitely in these...
it's not only an extra minute, it's also closer to time control.
Yeah. It's Really, something you never really think about. But when
Okay,
you're playing
so
with the 40 move time control, if you can repeat
rook
moves a little bit.
takes e1, rook takes e1, rook e7 on the board.
Okay.
And now,
So we were saying G takes, rook takes C1. No, this doesn't work, right? So you can't play G takes. So if rook takes C7, queen takes C7.
I'm sure this must be okay.
Yeah.
That must be okay.
And then
So-
black takes on H7. You probably have a perpetual there.
Yeah,
somewhere.
you must.
Yeah. Let's have a look. You give this check. Maybe even a mating net, actually.
Yeah, actually, you're probably winning here, yeah. Maybe. Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, this is
yeah,
is
you're
winning
definitely
time.
winning here, yeah. Also, I think you had mate, right? You had queen F.
Oh, did I?
Queen F4. I think.
Yeah, so if takes, this check is probably... Well, that's not a check, sorry.
That's not a check yet.
Wait, so if takes... Yeah, wait, is just takes not good?
Did we think here?
I thought you had queen e4 here, but you don't. Sorry.
Okay, but maybe you do. Because what does white play?
They capture... This looks slightly dodgy.
I don't think so, actually. I think this should be okay. You have so many pawns, and the king is slow. Because
Yeah, but
the
this
b
king
pawn,
is
the
going
b
to
pawn
stay.
alone, the b pawn alone.
Yeah,
Well, actually,
I don't know. This
actually, maybe you can force the pass, but I think you have to. Yeah, maybe you have to go back, and then you're struggling.
Yeah.
Maybe you
This-
defend with the king and keep the pawn, keep the bishop on the g pawn duty.
So hold on, we have.
And also, you want to
rook
play.
takes
I imagine you want to play h4 at some point. H5. I mean, at some
e7.
point.
Yeah. So I think this is on the board. Not close enough.
Okay, so she took. Okay.
Yeah, she took
Okay,
on.
I think
on,
this should be. I believe in it. I believe in this one.
Yeah.
I believe in this one.
So
God.
I guess also queen takes here doesn't work, right? So this check does nothing.
She likes to make us nervous, doesn't she?
Yeah. So I think white has to capture on g6 after this. I don't know why Diana's thinking here. She should just be banging out queen takes rook.
Yeah, probably it's a relay thing. I imagine she played it instantly. I hope she didn't take with the king. Although, we haven't looked at it, but it's a check, so it must be worse, almost, by default. I mean, I guess she has time, so might as well think about it. If king takes is any better, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, this I don't know about this ending.
No,
Seems-
I'm reasonably confident that this should be a draw.
I feel like this king can come this way though.
Yeah, but what if you defend the diagonal with the bishop?
With the bishop here.
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
I mean, okay.
Oh, we don't have
always
queen
hard to
e4.
tell.
We don't have queen e4 actually.
We don't?
Apparently. Queen e4, queen
Check.
h5, check.
Oh, because that would be mate, wouldn't it?
King.
Yeah, king, that would be mate. And this check would also be mate.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, it is. Okay.
If
Wait, but
king
actually,
here-
you can
No,
do it
this
right
is
away
perfect.
and then check, and yeah. Okay, never mind then. Okay, but what's.
Yeah. And g6 loses
Oh.
to this.
Yeah. Okay, well, maybe it's worse than we thought, or than I thought. Maybe you
Yeah.
had it right then. Maybe I just wanted to believe.
Very well spotted there, Battle Chess. Clearly, showing once again that you're not bad at chess. Yeah, I guess you have to go in for this then.
Okay, but I don't mind this either, do I? I'm still a believer.
Yeah.
As long as you can change queens.
Well, I don't think we can allow this one, right? This is pretty strong.
Nah, yeah, this doesn't look right. Threatening too many things.
And
Although you must say
this looks lost. I don't know. Well, the pawns are pretty close together.
Yeah,
actually.
I don't. Why is this lost? No, this is definitely not
No, this
lost.
is a draw. This is a draw.
This is definitely a draw.
This is an easy draw. You bring the king over here. It was an easy draw.
Yeah.
You
just
keep the bishop here. Yeah.
No,
Easy
actually,
draw.
do you even know that? Do you even need to?
No, you just bring your king over to here, and it's a really easy draw. Because you can just put your king on.
Oh yeah,
on
the
b7 and then.
somehow I thought the other corner was. Yeah, never mind. Of course it is. Yeah.
If the king ever comes up this way, then we can start pushing and swap everything.
If
this is the wrong color, right?
If it was switched around, it might be a little bit more tricky.
Yeah.
Like if the pawns were reversed.
Our bishop can just stack itself for the spawn, and then we can.
Yeah, this is definitely
play a5 at some point.
You can just play a5 right away, and it's a draw already. Like, okay, if the king can reach the corner, obviously, because.
Well, if we go a5 right away, they'll play a3, right? And now it's a bit more complicated.
But you never take.
Yeah, you never take.
You can just I mean, okay, I meant obviously if you can reach the corner in time, not just right away.
Something crazy happened in the game. So Diana played queen takes, and then queen e2.
Setting up her own mating net. I guess she calculated this. Oh, her time is also 11:11. Must be a good omen.
Is this? Oh, it stops queen h5. Okay, interesting. I feel like queen g5 is very strong though.
None of these endgame shenanigans for Diana.
Oh no, but this check, king here.
Yeah, probably if you allow the checks, it's mostly gonna be fine.
Maybe this something. I mean, if I just take here on.
Yeah, that's a question.
Yeah,
so her opponent took on f7. So.
I don't really see
it. And then queen d1 was played, king h2.
Okay.
Queen e2, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
And then
queen e2.
If you
king g3.
That one g3. Do you have? I mean.
Oh, and then you have queen e1 check, right?
Yeah, but does it work? Because bishop.
Yeah, you have to go bishop f2. And then queen e4.
Yeah. And then then black can't even do much. Yeah. Okay, that looks good. This line looks good. And you can never stay on the back rank, so you have to
so you can never go here because of this check, right? Oh, you can go here, I guess. But then this.
Yeah, also. No, that doesn't work.
Oh.
No. Okay,
Oh, you have this check. You have this check, right? Because if queen takes, this is checkmate.
That would be nice. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. And if king takes, and you can play queen takes, and this is also checkmate.
That's also checkmate, yeah. Hey, this is the position that we're dreaming of. Good, we still have dreams.
Diana played queen e2.
Okay.
Maybe our opponent walks themselves into a mating net, you know?
I trust.
They only have a minute.
I take black here with 11 minutes. Let's go.
Yeah.
Maybe we can just say there's no increment from now on. Can get rid of that. Makes too many draws anyway.
Yeah, if you come back to G1. And I give you queen d1 check.
Yeah. You want to come to f2? Or?
And then you come to f2.
Okay, then you go queen d2, I guess.
Yeah, it's the same.
And then,
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, maybe it's just a draw.
Okay.
Maybe it's just a draw.
One for the giving Patrick and Luke
I think
a little
Diana
bit
will
of a
be
heart
pretty
attack.
annoyed that she
album.
drew this game. I mean, unless we're missing something, I think it should be a draw.
Yeah. This looks too active. This looks too active for black to be anything. And also, the point is, I guess, black and the reason why white can never trade into an endgame is because this f pawn is going to be hanging, and then it's just going to be an easy draw.
I mean, I guess they can go queen f2 here, right?
Yeah, but I don't think there's anything there. There can't
Yeah,
be.
you just take, and then you take on g7, right? And then
exactly.
Pawn hangs, and
this hangs.
maybe you can make an argument that black is suddenly better.
No, I mean you can't get the pawn because
okay, queen f2 on the board
because you have check. Ah, okay, brilliant.
Okay, so now you just take and then take on g7, and this is a draw.
Yeah, this must be a draw. I mean, there's no reason to do anything else than this.
Yeah.
I'm taking queen. This is very, very trivial now.
Yeah. Easy peasy.
And we got the first point for Diana. That's good. First
Did they agree to draw?
Oh, well, no, but I'm counting it.
Well, don't count your chickens before they hatch.
I'm counting them.
Okay. You know?
These ones they're poking their beaks out already. That's okay.
I mean, the queen takes f2 is like the only move here, so...
Yeah, it's definitely the only move.
I hope she plays it.
There's nothing else she can even...
Yeah, this one is gonna be a brain melter when we turn the engine on.
I was gonna say, if she doesn't take the queen, that would be a brain melter.
If she doesn't take the queen, I'll be very angry.
Yeah.
It's like the only move you can think about here, right? There's nothing else.
Yeah. It's the only move. And it's also very clearly the best move, because you win the annoying pawn.
Yeah. And then you collect the... Oh, I guess...
But you don't collect the f-pawn.
Yeah, they have intermezzo, right?
Yeah,
so...
yeah, you don't get the f-pawn, but that's... You have your d-pawn, yeah, exactly. But you have your d-pawn, and...
Yeah.
I mean...
And this is just an easy draw, I think.
I think every instinct in everybody's body screams that this must be a draw. Equal pawn, opposite color bishop endgame. And the bishop, defends all the squares.
I think I'm worried about the king coming this way again.
Which way? This way?
Just like the king coming to attack. Yeah. It's much more difficult for us to hold this together, right? Because the king can come this way. So if we put the bishop here...
Okay, but how does the king enter? Yeah.
So the king comes to f4, and then it has a choice to go to h6 or to d6.
Okay.
Whichever way we go. So... Right?
Right, but... I mean,
it should be a draw, I think, but...
Because what...
Oh, maybe, yeah, that's a good point, actually. We can maybe put our king on e6.
Yeah, we definitely can do that.
Yeah.
Although that doesn't stop the infiltration in this side, but then as soon as the king comes here, we come back. That's shut down.
Maybe that's how we survive here, is that we keep our king, on these three squares.
Now we hope she touches the king.
Yeah. Okay, so... So yeah, we have takes, king takes g6. I hope she doesn't take the f-pawn.
No, she never will.
No.
There's no way she takes the f-pawn.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, okay, it's on the board. Okay, she took bishop d4. They're still playing.
Yeah, they've just reached the time control now, so...
Again, they don't want to be friends anymore after this game.
Yeah. I'm pretty confident this should be a draw, but you never know with these things, right? So...
Yeah, but I think because the infiltration on the king side can be easily fended off by the king, then I think the infiltration on the queen side could also be easily fended off by the king.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, where do we want our bishop to be?
Because if yeah, I think your bishop is good on this diagonal.
Yeah, definitely on this
on the
diagonal,
H7.
but like,
I don't know.
but where on
Well, usually
E4 or G6? Do you think? So Kachiraz, the time control, the way it works is that when you get to move 40, you get 30 minutes added onto your time. So it's a more, if you're playing in more serious tournaments, that's just the way the time control works.
Yeah, and Diana's also gonna get her 30 minutes after she makes the next move.
Yeah, depending on the tournament, depending on which clocks they're using, most of the time is added straight away, but some tournaments, the time isn't added until you like run out of time. So I don't think that's the case here, but just for example, if Diana makes her 40th move, it'll still say she has 7 minutes, but if she ever goes below 7 minutes, she'll just go back up to 30 minutes. But I don't know if that's the case here. So most tournaments, the clocks count the moves and they just add it on straight away.
Yeah. I think that's how it was on the sites at least, but doesn't actually make a difference, I guess. Nerve-wracking. I was getting nervous there for a second.
Yeah, I mean, you still have to do a bit of work.
Yeah. But okay, I mean, you have 30 minutes now. I think this should be actually more than 30 minutes. Be very doable. I cannot believe that this could ever be.
Yeah, I mean, I think a few small errors here and there.
Yeah, I guess it's always a possibility.
Her opponent finding Queen H4 when she had like no time was also very impressive.
Yeah. Also, F5 was nice defensively.
Yeah.
Like
our opponent played very well.
Immediately played that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess this game, the moment we're looking back on, is castles.
Yeah.
Or, well, not castles, I guess.
Yeah, that was a big point in the game.
Probably can ask her later why she.
Yeah. Well, we can always just move the bishop, Johnny, right? So, like, our bishop can just shuffle. That's why most of these opposite color bishop endings are drawn, because we can just shuffle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The problem here.
I think the only time it matters is when your bishop's on a short diagonal. Let's say, like, if it was on this diagonal, for example, and needed to stay there for some reason, then it might run out of moves. But if it has this diagonal here, it's not going to be a problem.
Like, the only thing Diana needs to worry about in this position is this king somehow coming over and eating the queenside pawns. Like, that's the only thing you're worried about here.
And also, even if white needed reserve tempi, it would never be the pawns it would need the reserve tempi.
It would be the bishop,
the bishop, yeah. Or, I mean, in very rare situations, maybe, but hard to imagine.
Yeah. Basically, the only way black kind of loses here is if the king gets in behind. Let's say, like, if the king gets into G7 or something, or yeah,
then it would be, or maybe if the king can get to this pawn, it will also be bad, because then this would maybe
I mean, I think
the best pawn, and the bishop.
If black loses the A pawn, it's probably lost, because the pass pawns will be so far apart again.
So, yeah, also, they will be far apart, and also, they will be just escorted,
they're both on 0 points, so yeah. I mean, I think it's like 95% going to be a draw here, but
Actually,
I would
though,
definitely play on. If I was white here, I would definitely play on forever.
actually, now that I think about it, even getting the a pawn, because you can put your bishop on a5 on a4 as well, and
Oh
then white
yes,
can play
true.
a4, or on c7 even, and then you can take with the bishop.
Yeah.
So actually, I don't think even that is any chance, even if you lose
Yeah,
the a
maybe
pawn.
that's actually the way you draw this, right? You just put the bishop on a4 and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then doesn't matter what.
Like
Yeah, actually, yeah.
king on e6 and bishop on a4 and nothing.
You don't even have to move your. You just keep your king on f7 and.
Yeah, I meant like so
Yeah.
the bishop can stay there without having to go at the pawn. But I guess you can.
Like you can even lose the d pawn here and it's fine, right?
Oh yeah, actually it's true. Yeah, you can even lose the pawn. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I guess you just have to mind the a pawn a little. Yeah, no, this is a really clear.
Actually,
this is
no.
a really easy draw.
Actually,
Yeah.
no, because
No.
now the bishop doesn't have any moves, and you might get into Zugzwang actually if you lose the d pawn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think so. That
because now when the bishop's in a4, where do you get your tempi from?
you can just go king f8 and king f7.
Okay, but then if the king runs over.
But whenever the king runs over, then we can start moving our bishop again, right? So.
Yeah. Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there might be one move. Oh well.
So I think we're literally just like one move close enough for it to work.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I guess the problem is if like the king gets to like h6.
Oh, sorry. Deleted that.
The king gets to like h6, and then we get like deflected with a4. You know what I mean? And then we lose the h pawn. But yeah, and then this pawn might cause some problems. But
Right.
I think black should hold this pretty easily.
Yeah, I think this definitely must be.
Need to work on my obstacle or bishop endings.
Oh, those are just very frustrating sometimes. Like when you play Blitz and you think, okay, draw, whatever.
Yeah.
When are they playing and then you lose in a stupid way? Oh.
My like theoretical ones are pretty good, I think, but these positions I don't think I've ever looked at really like this type of position where there's still a load of pawns on the board.
For me personally, that's always knight end games. Like,
yeah,
I can't do
knight end games. Yeah, what the hell's going on there?
They're so yeah. I can't calculate knight moves.
I definitely think so too. Arrowhead, that white definitely has the winning chances here, but I think black should hold.
Yeah, I have full confidence here, if I'm gonna be honest. Full confidence. But they played a couple moves. Diana brought her king to h6 for some reason, but it doesn't matter. h6, that's weird. Okay, let's see what the moves were. So bishop d4 check.
Wait, so what? So has king f7 happened in the game?
Wait, hold on. So it was bishop. Yeah, no, king f7 didn't happen. It was
king
h6. I mean, fair enough. It doesn't change anything, I guess. But I don't understand why you would do that. But okay, doesn't matter.
I guess she takes the opposition, but it doesn't really matter enough.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
So f6 is forced, I guess.
Yeah, f6 is played.
Yeah.
And
now like king.
And bishop g6, king g6 should be.
Yeah, bishop g6, and then
just need to play one of them. Although I think bishop g6 looks a bit weird because now your king almost can't move anymore.
Does she think this is something? I guess, and she just follows the king wherever it goes.
Suppose.
Maybe that's a pretty.
That's maybe elegant, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess you have this check though, but it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. I think now then.
Well, Maybe you make some progress somehow.
No, I don't think you play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you put your king back. I think you leave it on f5.
Oh,
You
just
make some
shuffle here.
bishop
Yeah,
move,
yeah.
yeah. And now you actually can't. You don't have any entry squares with the king, until the bishop moves away,
Yeah.
and then.
Oh wow, that's really nice actually.
Yeah, that's cute.
If this is working, this is really nice.
I like how she calculated this for
Yeah.
8 minutes just to be fancy about it. Very nice. I
I
appreciate
didn't
that.
I didn't think of anything else except King F7. Yeah, this is.
Yeah, this is nice. An eye for beauty.
I don't like that she's thinking now because presume Bishop G6 is forced, right? Like.
Maybe she's not in the toilet. Who knows?
Possibly, yeah. Very common to happen after the time control. What about H4 instead of King G3? Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, so Bishop G6 and H4.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking that, but
I guess you can just go King H5.
yeah, and now your king's tied down.
And then Bishop here.
Yeah, now your king's tied down. No, I think you move
Yeah,
your
that
bishop
looks
again.
bad.
No, I think you move your
Oh.
bishop again.
Bishop here. King F5.
Anywhere, really. Oh.
I don't know about this one.
No, I mean, actually, this should be fine still. Because, well, actually, I think you can maybe run to your d pawn even.
Yeah, I'm not so sure there.
No, but actually, I think
I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. If you want to have a look at that line there.
Sure. Let's see what happens here. So we play bishop e6 maybe. King here, we take here, and now king comes here, threatening this. We move our king here, I suppose. And then first of all, I mean, our pawn is running faster than, like, the king needs a lot of moves. And the bishop is not on the correct diagonal yet, and it only has one square to defend this pawn. To defend this pawn, and that can be easily attacked by the king. So actually, there's definitely nothing here for white. I'm pretty sure. Or what do you guys think in chat? I'm pretty confident that there can't be anything there. Because, I mean, even if you are already King e7, oh, that's not the move. King e7 you're saying, but then my king just comes here. And then bishop e5. Okay, but what are we doing? I mean, we push our pawn, I guess. Now, actually, I mean, we put our pawn here, and then we push this. And now, if white does a couple of stupid things, then white's gonna be the one trying to lose somehow. Or am I missing something? I don't see how anything could be happening there. Okay, Diana's still thinking. I think she's probably maybe gone for a walk or something. Yeah, no, you can't use them in time. I was just saying, in case white just shuffles the bishop or something, I think. I mean, okay, black pieces are stuck, but aren't white's pieces more stuck? Like, black's up a pawn here, don't forget, and this pawn is as blockaded as it gets. So what do you move? What do you move being bad at chess? What's the plan? Oh, yeah, okay. Agree draw. Okay, let's shake hands. Yeah, I think nothing's happening. Although here, as black, I mean, why do you objectively prefer white? Like, actually, I take black here every time. Because there's no way black can ever lose. White can mess up. But how does black ever lose this position? Because if you move your king, if you start moving your king over, then king comes here. And if you move too far away, like the king even comes here, and then you might just be in trouble. Oh, Anna Maya is winning again. I mean, we can take a look at her. Actually, we can't really, because now the analysis board is the small board. Actually, we can look at this. Look at it this way. Leave. Wait, actually, we can look at it this way. We can leave Diana's board on the sideboard. You can see it in the bottom right corner. And we can look at Anna Maya's game. Let's see. Does anyone have the number for me? The board
Middle
number?
one there? The middle one? Go back, go back.
Oh, on page 1 even.
Is that in the middle? Anna M?
Oh, no. That's not her.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that's not her, is it? No, it's Sargsyan. She's from Armenia, I think. Although I guess Anna Maya also from Armenia in some ways. Let me see.
How is Ellen doing?
I don't know. What's her point score? I think she's at 2 points.
She's on the
maybe.
middle. She was on the page there. Just
This was Anna Maya. Let's just quickly look at this. Apparently, it's an interesting position. So she doesn't have a queen, but someone in chat said she was winning. I don't know if I
This position
believe
hurts
it.
my brain.
Looks. I mean, all her pieces are sort of active, but also they can't attack anything.
I don't know if I believe in this position.
For who? Also, it's White's move.
White.
It's White's move.
Oh, Ellen lost? Oh, okay. That's sad to see. How did Dina do? Is Dina winning?
Dina.
Yeah, that position looks insane.
Yeah,
I think black. I like black there, but I don't know.
Okay, let's just quickly look at this position for a little bit. Actually, let's check if Diana made a move.
Yeah, I don't know. We can see. Oh, she did make a move. She played King G6.
Yeah, King G6.
King G6 is a bit.
I like Bishop G6 better, but okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, it doesn't. Actually, King G6 seems more natural, but looking at it deeper.
I guess she was worried about H4.
Yeah, but we looked at the line. Where did we look at the line? Bishop G6, H4, and this, and then we looked at this.
I mean,
and as long as you don't move, I think you just don't move the king, and then like the king is stuck there. And if the king moves here, I mean, you can just take here, and then you can't move.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you can. Oh, I thought it was nice move, and then
the pawn runs, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and it should still be a draw, I imagine, but now White is trying to lose.
I guess King G6 is fine. I think, yeah, it should just be a draw no matter what. Like.
Yeah, I agree. Should be a draw no matter what. I think it also doesn't matter. Like, if you play King G6, you might as well have played King F7. But
yeah,
don't see that it makes any difference. You have so many tempi anyway. Like even if you needed some tempi, you have so many that it can hardly matter.
Yeah, this should be pretty straightforward, I feel like.
You just play king f7, I guess, and then yeah. Like if she loses this would actually be very painful. But we don't
Yeah,
even
losing this.
we don't talk about such things anymore.
Losing this would be really bad.
Actually, we don't look at the game anymore either. We look at Anamaya's game and see how.
Yeah, Engine is given a nice 0-0, so
Okay, yeah, I can believe it.
should just be a draw. Yeah, this game I don't understand at all.
What's the
Like,
engine saying here?
I feel like if
Hey,
White had a
engine's
few
also
more-
giving a solid 0-0, so
Oh,
that must be.
I feel like if White had a few more pawns, I would believe it, but
Like a
seems very
pawn on
difficult
h4,
to-
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, it just I don't know, like
I mean, I guess you take the rook and then.
yeah, I mean I feel like these central pawns are so strong, like
Yeah, it's definitely scary. Someone in chat said she was winning. Maybe she. Yeah, she was winning in the past, I guess, down a queen. Let's see how the game went. Actually, I guess we can start from the beginning. Oh, e4 d6. Black asking for trouble right away. Playing the Turk. Or the Peerts, I guess,
Yeah, I
is
always
the
thought,
correct way
like-
to say it.
yeah, the Pirates. It's like always asking for trouble, right? Like
Yeah.
I hate playing these positions as black. They look so grim.
Okay, so here Black takes this pawn. And Anamaya gives the queen for 3 pieces.
She loses a lot of pawns somehow.
Yeah. So actually, how many pawns did she lose? It's 1 pawn.
No, I mean, like at the position we arrive at, she loses a lot of pawns somehow.
Right, yeah. Computer says +5. So.
Wow.
So her opponent apparently made a really bad sacrifice there.
How does White? Yeah, I mean, White's pieces look so active.
Yeah, if only we. Yeah. Okay, so far so reasonable. Now the pawns are coming. This is threatening mate, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, basically the engine.
With bishop e7 check.
Bishop e7 looks crushing.
So
The king is just running out of squares, right?
king runs away.
Yeah, I mean, White's pieces are gods. Like
Yeah. This went wrong. Okay.
Black's
Black
pieces are so uncoordinated.
and black goes pawn grabbing on top of that.
Jesus Christ.
Takes on a4. That's
But it's
brave.
still kind of, I mean, it's still difficult to find the continuation.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So grabs on a4, 8, b3.
Okay, sure. And then like knight f6 at some point, right? Okay.
Okay, bishop comes back, covers the d7 square. And queen
Yeah,
to
I mean-
h1. Oh. Forces the bishop away. I guess not, okay. Knight covers it.
Yeah,
This is
I
another
mean,
pawn, though.
Black's king looks. Oh my god.
Bishop blocks, I mean, this is ridiculous. Queen not getting trapped, but... Actually, what happens if you go rook e1 instead of rook h3?
This position is giving me a headache. Holy crap.
I feel rook e1 looks a bit more attractive to try and
Yeah.
get the queen into trouble.
queen h2, I guess.
Okay, but
I mean, I don't have a clue. I have no idea. This looks nuts. Oh, you can't take on f4, yeah. Just knight takes rook, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it
And
looks completely winning.
yeah,
for
this
white.
looks over. I don't know why she didn't do that.
Uh, that's a very difficult position to play.
Okay, let's check if Diana made some moves.
Okay, Diana's king is now on f7,
Uh,
so
that's good.
sure.
And h4. And Diana's thinking again. Yeah, I mean, I suspect that any move should still be good enough. I guess you can even put the h pawn on the dark square because the bishop all can't even attack it anyway.
Hmm.
So just to restrict the infiltration squares a little bit, and now the bishop alone, by dropping back to g3, covers the infiltration. Don't even need the king. Like here. Oh wait, actually I'm moving on the wrong board. Let's go here, I guess.
Because when you're an IM, you want to play for tricks and you want to make your opponent prove to you they know how to win, right? That's
Wait,
my
what?
logic anyway. Oh, I'm talking to someone in chat, sorry.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, I think, you know, making force like it's a very complicated position, so and no, Diana has an increment. There's no way time trouble is gonna get in here. I know it looks very bad, but I would still play on with black. I mean, and now the position is equal, so I guess she's rewarded.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely too complicated to resign, I think.
Yeah.
Also, there's no cost to not resigning. And yeah, I guess, I mean, I know I didn't have much time on rook h3, but that seems to be like a mischance. Big mischance. I mean, the queen was just dead, I think. And now you can't take this pawn anymore. You would really like to take the f pawn from the board.
Yeah.
The e pawn, I mean. But that's not happening.
I
Now you're in danger. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Weiss lost this somehow. Eventually. Okay, so bishop takes. Okay, I mean, we can check back on this later. Was there another? And let's look at Laura's game, maybe. They're still playing as well. Rook endgame. Okay. Rook endgame, that's good for white. Might. Wow, she's playing against a 2097. That's.
This looks very
Even though
drawish to me,
I think she's at 2.5 out of 3, and she's playing someone 2100 rated. That's good for her, probably. It's a bit of a lucky draw.
Yeah, I mean, just white's pieces are very active here.
I would definitely bet on a white win here. If I had to decide immediately. Yeah,
I was thinking for a second.
+6.
Yeah. I was thinking here that maybe this is drawish, but I think white's pieces are way too active in this.
Yeah, the king especially is much too good. And the rook, it doesn't really have, the black rook doesn't have any squares.
Yeah, the rook on d5 is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think black's c pawn, well, b pawn, I guess, after captures will just win the game. Eventually. Okay, so that seems like a fairly straightforward one. Oh, Josephine lost. My German compatriot. Interesting opening. No pawns left on the queen side. But good enough, apparently. Yeah. Central pawn stronger than the 2 queenside pawns. Okay, what did you want to look at? What did you say? But
in which position?
you wanted to look at some game.
Oh, I just wanted to see how Dina was doing.
Dina.
It's another streamer.
Balankaya, or
Yeah,
what's the name? Yeah. Do you know how many points she has approximately?
1.5, I think.
Okay.
WGM.
Andrea Nastasia lost as well. She's Alcium.
Mm.
And a good friend of Diana's too. I can't see her. Oh, let me just... Can't read apparently. Okay,
That's another complicated
yeah,
position, but
she's must
be winning for white here.
Must be. I mean, white's moved as well, so he takes before, I guess. And then, yeah, black's pawns are not good enough. And I mean,
the average rating.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. I guess.
The question.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry. The average rating is 2200 in the tournament, so I'd say Diana's expected score for the event is like 3 or 3.5. Is what I would guess mathematically, maybe less even, between 3 and 3.5, I'd say. But yeah, in this position, I think white is winning.
Yeah, I guess if white didn't have the c pawn, it might set up some fortress.
Oh, what does she hope for? I have no idea what she's hoping for. Do you have any idea? You can say more on that, Patrick.
Well,
she said to you what she's hoping for?
She wasn't really sure what. No, she didn't really have a score thing. She just wanted to. Well, her main thing was just finding some good games. Like if she could do really well, I mean, you can always dream of things like a WIM norm or something, but I'm not sure exactly how much that would be, like how much she would need for that. Depends on her schedule, I guess. But yeah, I think just she hasn't played over the board chess in so long, and she didn't really prepare that intensely either. So she had, like, the only preparation really that she did was playing some classical games with me. But yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think she saw streaming as a preparation. Okay, let's see if there were any more moves. And Diana played h6, lovely. King f4 and king e6. Yeah, so h6, king e4, king f4, king e6. And this looks still like a dead draw, as we sort of expected. Yeah, I mean, I don't think, especially now, I think h6 is nice. Nice, precise move there. It would take a lot of extra tempi now for the white king to come in, and I don't think it's happening at all. Like, white can just, black can even put the bishop on g3. There's no h4 tricks because it's the same diagonal still, doesn't chase him away from f2, and the king can cover this entry square and this entry square quite easily. So yeah, also we figured, like, I guess we decided earlier that even if she lost the a pawn somehow, still she can
Yeah.
control this with the bishop, and it shouldn't be a problem. You don't, as long as you don't have to allow this and give a passed pawn that can be escorted, you should always be fine. And I'm not sure exactly why they're like they keep playing this. Yeah, I don't know, but okay. Okay, yeah, so this seems to be a win for Dina.
Yeah.
Let's check back on Anna Maya maybe. What's she up to? She took on d8. Still looks a mess. Don't really know what to say about it. Bishop g4 she played. I mean, black maybe going to push some pawns. Maybe e3 or something. Who else do we know?
Yeah, I'm not sure about chess how much like serious chess work she's been doing besides the streaming.
No, she hasn't been doing any.
Okay. I
Hasn't
did a little
been.
bit there last month preparing for the tournament. So I definitely feel a bit stronger than my rating at the moment, but there's a lot of kids who are very, very good. Like there's a lot of players playing some of the open sections at the tournaments who had like no rating and they were playing like 1600s, you know, so a lot of new players, some of them very strong, never played before. So it's gonna take a while for the ratings to all fix, I guess, but they will fix eventually.
Yeah, JK, we're still drawing quite comfortably, I would say. This is what the position looks like now. Nothing really changed. Certainly not for the worse. A3 was played. An absolute non-move. I don't know why they're not agreeing to a draw, actually. I think both could use with a bit of extra rest time. Especially, like, they're good friends. I'm not sure, like... I mean, if there was winning chances, of course, but this seems a bit of...
Well, you know...
I mean, sure.
If you're good friends with Diana, I think maybe you know that she can sometimes mess up, right? So...
Okay, that's true.
You know, I won a game against Diana when I was a rook down before, so...
Right,
I think
okay.
I would play on against Diana until she checkmated me.
I guess Diana has lost a completely drawn position in game 1 as well. But it was much more difficult than this. She already showed good technique with h6s. But okay. I mean, I guess you can always play on. Okay, and she played... she played bishop to d8, another nice and precise move. I like it, like taking all the squares away from the king. Not that it matters, but
yeah, they should probably just be making a draw now. But
visually pleasing.
They're gonna play it out for a bit.
Okay, let's see maybe what's going on the top boards. Ulmaga against Batsiashvili. Let's see. So another e4, e5, but d4 right away. Scotch.
Gosh.
I've been recently because I always played
knight b3. Interesting.
I played the most boring openings always. Like I used to play like just the most boring stuff, like Scandinavian and like d4, boring d4 stuff, and like a Slav. But so now I've been recently playing only gambits. So I've been playing the Scotch gambit for okay, I only play online, but I've been playing only gambits, and I've been playing the Scotch gambit. So I mean, it's
I think the Scotch gambit is decent enough.
Yeah, it's definitely
I don't know. I tend to stay away from gambits besides like the queen's gambit, but that doesn't really count.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean I used to, but I thought might as well learn some stuff. This is interesting. This intermediate check takes the pawn. So I would think that black's probably doing okay here. I mean, 2 pieces for rook, but white's pieces look a bit awkward. But maybe I'm wrong about this. No, I definitely am wrong about this. Okay, white's much better.
I think at my level, I don't think you can really play gambits. I think everyone is so booked up that it's like a bad idea. I
See,
like playing big main lines.
I always worry about that. Wonder about that, Luke. When you say everybody's so booked up, like, are they actually booked up on all the little gambits like that nobody ever plays?
Yeah,
like,
I think like
are you booked up? Are you booked up?
I knew a guy before who was a very good player back in the day, like 2400 player back in the day. And I was working with him for a bit. And he was a very big proponent of like, let's play the 5th best move, or let's play the 4th best move. Still maintain equality, but not playing the best move. And I think it's the same with these gambits, where your idea is that I'm going to play this position and I'm going to know it better than my opponent, right?
Yeah.
But for me, like, why not just play the very best move and still know it better than my opponent? Right? Like,
yeah, okay.
I don't see the point of playing a sideline unless, like, for me, there has to be. Okay, they made a draw.
Okay, that's good. Finally,
for me, there has to be a really, really, really good reason to not play like the main line. Unless, like, if the main line is scoring badly, or I tend to look at the most thing I look at is the percentages. So like how players are scoring. Then I'll look at like how I think the position feels. So if I think the position is good for me, or if I think I can play it well, and then you check everything with the engine, right? So yeah, I play the Queen's Gambit because the Queen's Gambit is one of the strongest openings at the moment. I think for white. I wouldn't really call the Queen's Gambit a gambit. Sorry?
Is e4-2 figured out?
Yeah.
Really?
That's sad. I think though, like, there are a few gambits that you can play. I think at a lower level, definitely. Like I used to play the Benko Gambit back in the day, but like if you play the Benko Gambit against the 2300, like they're gonna crush you like easily.
Are they really?
Yeah, white is just +2 out of the opening. Like the game over, So I really don't think they're, especially once you start getting games in the database. Like I have like 150 games in the database now. My openings need to be really good, or I'm gonna get destroyed.
Because, like, for example, you see even like these super GMs play some stuff that
but
even I consider
that's because they're super GMs, right?
But against other super GMs, like for example, there are games in the database of people playing the Knight of 6 Scandinavian against super GMs in like Rapid, okay, but still.
I mean, they definitely
Super GM Rapid is still infinitely better than anything.
That's more of a meta choice, I feel like, where no one is expecting it to happen, right? So
yeah, but
I think
on
my level, it's not. I'm not a good enough player to play a line that's bad, objectively bad for me. Yeah, okay. Black does have other tries. Like like this Queen A5 line was pretty popular for black for a while, but now they've just figured it out, and white is still better. Like so,
Against what? Against d4?
we're
Like the
talking
king?
about the Benko
Oh, the
Gambit
Banco.
shot.
I see, I see.
I mean, like, obviously, play whatever openings you want to play, and I do think gambits are very fun. Like, it's if I'm playing in a big open tournament and I get paired with like a 1300, I'm gonna play something random, right? Because I don't want them to prepare for me. But I'm playing, like a very long time control tournament with the 40 moves, and my opponent is preparing for me for 6 hours before the game. If you play a gambit repertoire, you're going to be found out very quickly. I feel like so as a surprise, maybe, but like
Yeah.
not not your main repertoire. I think maybe like Scotch Gambit and Queen's Gambit are probably fine. Like I think you can play those. I don't really know any other ones that I think are like super sound.
Yeah.
Do you know any? Maybe the Albin or Alpin Gambit, is that like c3 against the Sicilian? That might be fine as well. I'm not so sure.
Wait, what? Sorry,
Yeah.
what gambit against the Sicilian?
Like e4, c5, knight f3, let's say d6, and then d4, pawn takes d4, and then c3.
Yeah, isn't that the Mora?
Oh, that's Samora. Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Uh,
Or I guess I mean it's
Yeah.
d4 right away.
Now,
Or is there a difference? I'm not
yeah.
sure.
Now, when I mean gambits, by the way, just to clarify it, it's not that I will never gambit a pawn. It's just that I will never play. I will incredibly rarely play any openings that are, like Benko Gambit, Lumenfeld Gambit, England Gambit, Benko, or Budapest Gambit, this sort of thing.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of positions in my repertoire where I do give up material for positional advantage or something like that, right? But I wouldn't call that a gambit like the way, in other positions you're like giving up material for like a bit of play or something, and it's not so concrete, I think. But
Yeah.
at lower level you can play those gambits, and I think they're really good, especially if you're never putting games in the database.
Yeah.
Yeah, the position was a draw, by the way.
Yeah.
As we can see by the live board, the kings are in the center touching, which is a draw.
Yeah.
So I presume Diana will be with us in a few minutes. Maybe she's going to analyze the game with her friend. I don't know.
Yeah. Probably they'll talk for a
But
while.
yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty good result overall. I mean, I know it's not the result we wanted.
Yeah, she
Considering how the
really
game
wanted a win today, but okay.
But I think it was
Shep.
still, again, that's my philosophy with the black pieces against an equal rated player. I will take a draw, move on every time. So
Yeah. And
yeah, well, any comments about the game, Patrick?
and now we avoided we got on the board, which is good.
Yeah,
not in
we
danger
avoid
of
the buy.
getting a buy, exactly. Don't want to buy. Yeah, so I think that's definitely good, and also we can go over the game really quick. I think the opening was a success. So now that's another thing
big time.
Opponents will have to keep in mind if they play the Lopez. I think
another thing
she
is
looked
that
good in that.
This is going to throw off all of her opponent's preparation for the rest of the tournament, right?
Yeah, so now she played e5. She played a Scandi as well.
Yeah, like her opponents are going to be so confused what's going on.
And she has a good amount of Sicilians played in her database as well.
So I imagine what will happen is the next opponent she gets with white will play d4. Because they won't.
Very good possibility.
Yeah. So yeah, this is all what we prepared. I mean,
and let's just say she has some exciting things again, or well, exciting, but like she kind of wants to play against the d4 at some point anyway.
Okay,
so
that's good. I mean, if I'm preparing for Diana, I mean, apart from the fact that I just play d4 anyway, I see she plays a Sicilian, she plays a a Philidor, and now in the tournament she's plays a Scandi and an E5, like very mainline opening theory. I'm like, okay, now I'm a bit worried. Like, what's she gonna play next? Like,
Yeah, for sure, for sure. That's always a bit of a thing with. I feel much more confident against openings when I play d4. I feel like personally, I feel like the variations are a little bit smaller because
well,
there's
yeah, I mean,
so much
what can
on
we
d4.
say? D4 is just the best move for white. Like,
Yeah.
just D4 white is winning. Like,
d4 black resigns. D4 black resigns. Yeah. Oh,
But yeah,
actually,
okay, so
and Diana has white
Yeah.
tomorrow, and I think we might see some exciting things from her white as well, from her
very
next
nice.
white.
Okay.
So I think
Yeah,
we can
so-
look forward to this.
We have captures on E5, which I mean, I expected her opponent to deviate at some point, so
Yeah, it's been
but
played.
I made
before.
sure to like include a lot of different variations in the file because I didn't expect her opponent to play the same exact line.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So.
yeah, this line is just equal, if not better, for black.
Yeah. So went
Obviously
well.
here, yeah, knight g4 not so great, but
Yeah, but the opponent didn't know it, and I guess bishop d5 makes some sense. Although I guess Luke, you would say it doesn't because it gives up the bishop pair. So
yeah.
And I think actually.
Well, I think in that position, if you don't play c4, if you're not playing c4, the only other move to really look at is like c3, right?
C3,
then,
yeah.
But bishop d5, I think, makes some sense.
Yeah, I personally didn't really look at bishop d5 that much. Personally, c3 was my first thought.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, after this, obviously.
So knight g4 was slightly inaccurate. c4 here looks pretty good for white.
Yeah. But okay, opponent didn't know that. We knew that, but Diana played it anyway. We looked at it, but she played it anyway.
Okay. Yeah,
can
here
ask her
now,
maybe.
I think. Yeah. And here Diana played really well. Like, she found all the best moves after this.
Yeah, definitely. That was a nice sequence, and she got an advantage out of it as well.
And I think from here, it's really difficult for white to play correctly, right?
Yeah, I think we both really liked your position after these moves. Getting the rook over first, and then putting the bishop. Looks really nice.
I think you can just castle, yeah. I think this is a really key moment.
Yeah.
You can just castle here, and black has a big edge.
Yeah, castles. I mean, I guess we can think about what she was afraid of again. I think f5, pretty much the only move that makes any sense.
But I think king h8 is fine.
Yeah, king h8 you can play. You can also.
I mean, to me, king h8 looks totally fine, but or even here, yeah. Well, if takes. We can use the engine and the game is over.
I think we can take it through.
She drew today, AFM Hughes.
Oh, Henry is in the chat. Hi.
Oh.
AFM Hughes. How are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, is bishop here a move or?
Yeah.
Oh, queen f6, yeah. Nice. Yeah, and then rook h4, I guess, something.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
and then we can
queen here, right?
Do this, yeah. But there we might lose a pawn. Do we?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Oh no, wait, no, actually we can
do
this, and then we don't do the pawn.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I think maybe that was fine for Diana.
Yeah. We're gonna be up a pawn and opposite color bishop rook endgame.
It was a draw, Dredgy.
Yeah.
After
I don't know you from use. It's just chat acquaintances. No real life, no real life connections. Sorry, Luke.
Yeah, so I think this is like the big point, right, where you gotta
yeah,
like just castling here or taking on e5, but of course Diana took on e5 or e4, so
yeah, but I
But
think
yeah,
actually, if you discard for a second, like if your opponent isn't allowed to play f5, and maybe she missed that, then
yeah. Yeah, I mean even here like playing rook takes is probably fine, so
yeah, but here, like I think again, I think it's actually maybe the best move if f5 isn't possible. So
yeah.
it
So
makes
hold on.
some
If you play
sense
rook
for sure.
takes and then they play f5. Oh, you can just castle now, okay. Whereas if you do it the other way and you castle, f6 is winning.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's too much.
Yeah, I mean I think again you can just play rook takes and castle. If f5 is castle, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean I guess this is a bit scary, right? But
Yeah, for sure. It's a little bit scary.
I don't think you ever have time to come here,
Yeah,
right?
you're getting checkmated maybe. Well, actually, how does it go?
Well, if queen here, you have this check and then rook f2, right? And you can eat everything.
Yeah.
Like you can eat all of these guys, right?
Yeah, okay, but then how do you get
Well, you play rook f2 check and then rook takes
Oh, you take the pawn
f1.
off it, of course. Never mind.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
And then
sort
rook
of
takes
missed that the
f1
queen
and
was there. Yeah,
queen
yeah.
takes f6.
Of course, yeah. My bad.
Yeah.
I sort of missed the queen was on there. Okay. That's oh yeah, this link doesn't work. If you go to chess results and no, that's not right. If you go to chess results, I'm just gonna quickly look up the link for you there. This is the correct link. Oh, okay, Dermot already has it, I guess. Thank you, Dermot. Yeah, okay, so we go back to the game. Yeah. Looks definitely good for black here.
Yeah. Yeah, even here, just playing rook takes. I think you just missed f5 here.
Yeah.
And this threat of f6. Yeah, f6. I mean, she defended pretty well here. I think. Queen c7, really like nice find from Diana there. Yeah, here, I guess you have to find this g6 idea, right? Like, computer wants rook g8 on g6. Which is kind of nuts, right?
Sorry, I was just reading.
Like, even
something.
the engine doesn't see g6 here for a while. Like, you play g6, the engine changes its evaluation.
Yeah. G6 is very...
Yeah. So J, I'll just show you one more time. There was two chances she could have castled. So here, we think she could just castle. And after takes, if she takes with the rook instead of the bishop, if f5, you can just castle again.
Yeah.
So she kind of missed two chances. But anyway, back to the game.
So Diana's maybe not coming in today. She's with her dad right now.
Oh, okay.
Because he arrived in Yash today.
All right. Okay, well then we'll just finish reviewing the game and
yeah,
we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, interesting here. The engine doesn't even see g6, and then you play g6, and it's like, oh, very good.
Yeah, I think
so. G6 would have been super nice to find
that's a crazy move to find, of course.
Yeah, really difficult to find. Like taking and then rook g8, like yeah. That's a superhuman move, you know?
That's super GM level.
Yeah,
That's one for the tactics trainer. Well, actually, it's
yeah.
not even that like crushing.
Yeah, that's G6 is just insane. Like
Yeah.
I mean like no it wasn't until we turned the engine on that we saw that.
You
Yeah.
can't go to the toilet before making that move, let's just say.
Yeah, let's just say, yeah, yeah. King F7 beat yeah, and here I mean I think did the engine want to play Queen H8, I wonder? What do they think of Queen H8? No,
Diana's in
terrible
chat.
move.
Diana's in chat actually.
Oh, well done, Diana. Well
Hey
done. Great
Diana.
result today.
Good job. Securing a point. This is very nice. Well done.
But yeah, I mean, I think from here it's like
Yeah, opening went really well. There was such a good such a good opening position.
yeah.
With black especially, that was brilliant.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw Diana, but like you're just plus. Can you hear us? Or is it on mute? I don't know where she's. Um, but yeah, after Queen G3, you're just much better. After just castling, and you're much better. Minus 1.3 for black here in this position.
You wanted to play Queen H8.
Oh, Queen H8!
We were actually talking about that.
Oh.
Like in the position later, you mean, or
Yeah.
I
She
guess
means here.
I guess she means
She means here after Queen H8 was the plan.
yes. Lovely. We were actually that's so good.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, that's pretty funny. So yeah, we had a bit of stuff here.
Yeah, here we were very scared for you for a second.
Yeah.
Like very scared. Yeah, H5 Queen H8. Yeah, I think that's the only way to make anything happen there.
Oh, yeah, computer is saying it's still pretty equal here, so maybe I don't think Dana was ever in trouble here. I guess Rook F1, Rook C1 maybe
I mean,
could be played here.
it looked very scary for a second.
It looked really scary, right? We thought you might have been lost after Queen H4. Like, it looked really strong.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think from here you just it was Queen E2 was really nice. Queen E2 was really nice. Dana.
Nice way to make a draw for sure.
Yeah, really nice way.
So yeah, nice game for sure. I mean, missed the little chance. I don't know if you saw us just analyzing G6 there for a second.
Oh yeah,
which
show G6.
Which would have been superhuman.
I mean, you would have been getting the metal detector if you played G6.
You would have definitely gotten the metal detector, and also you would have gotten the brilliancy prize if it worked.
Where was it again? Was it here? Yeah, here you can play.
Here.
This is just crazy. G6 and then Rook G8. Oh, this is definitely a cheating inquiry if you play this over the board, like.
Yeah. Also, Diana, earlier, what do you think when you played Knight Takes? Did you consider, or what made you not castle? That's I guess what we were wondering. Yeah, I mean, okay, but wow, but that's unfindable. No, I don't think there was much chance of.
Yeah, like there's no way you ever find that. Like, that's like that move is crazy. Like,
yeah, but yeah, very nice game. I think, except for that maybe Queen E8, which made it a little bit scary for a second.
Yeah, that's what we thought as well, because I think the position is quite nice for you after taking on G7.
Yeah, I think then you're just probably winning.
Yeah.
You take some G7.
Also here, you can take with the Rook, I think was better. Because now F5 doesn't work. You just castle.
Did you miss a 5 in the game, or because I think without f5,
Yeah, here you can just castle after f5. If you take with the rook, if you take with the bishop, you can't, because if you take with the bishop, then f5 castles, f6 is winning. Yeah. But you can take with the rook, and then f5 castles, f6. You can just go g6. And white never has time to get in here.
yeah, but still, that was yeah, also very easy.
Yeah, but again,
very
really
easy
tough
to
to
miss.
see all of this. Really tough to see all this, so don't worry
Okay.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah, see
Well
you
done
later.
today. Best of luck.
Okay, everybody. Wish Diana, congratulate Diana
Yeah.
maybe for the point, getting on the board. Curious who she's gonna play tomorrow, and tomorrow maybe we'll get the full point.
Yeah.
Yeah, with white this time, so should be good. Should be good. And I guess we're gonna be here again. Maybe I'll manage to set up the stream for the start of the game one time.
Yeah,
there's always been things to do.
I'm gonna be a bit short on time tomorrow, so
Okay.
I'll be leaving at like 2 hours into the game. So
Okay, well then I'll definitely start the stream early.
yeah. But if the stream is on, I'll be here, but I won't be able to stay for the whole game this time. Well, depends how long the game is going on, but yeah. So I'm gonna shoot off anyway. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, yeah.
Have a great day, guys. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, same time again, hopefully, for round 5.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye. All right, who are we raiding? Chat, any suggestions? I think we have Lefong streaming, Dorina streaming, Hammer streaming. We could rate those. Hashtag Chess is streaming, but I think they're doing something official looking. Yeah, so maybe Dorina, Lefong, or Hammer. What do we think? Lefong, please. Okay. All right then. We're gonna raid Lefong. Yeah. See you tomorrow, everybody. Happy Diana got on the board. Good games again. Like, very nice game. Great opening prep. Due to in large part through Tekata's efforts. New opening. Probably surprised her opponent a little bit. Probably let all her opponent's prep go to waste. I can imagine that she did yesterday. So well done, Tekata, as well. Member of the team. What do her results mean for her 1933 FIDE rating? Well, okay, we can look that up. We can look that up real quick, maybe. We can see what the rating calculator has to say. Oh, FIDE has its own rating calculator. I'm not exactly sure. Ah, okay, Chess24 shows her FIDE updates. Well, anyway, we can still do it this way anyway. I think she has K20. Rating would be 1933. Her opponent was today. She was 20. No, that's the wrong tab. 1 second. She was 2012. Oh, that's a loss. I mean a draw. That's plus 2.2. Her other opponent was 2253, and a loss is minus 2.6. Then her first opponent was 2272, I think. If I remember correctly, that was a loss. Minus 2.4. And then her other opponent was 2553. Correct me if I'm wrong on these, but I think I remember the numbers. So minus 4.4, yeah. Okay, minus 10. Yeah, okay. I mean, way to end on a downer. Well, you know, we're pulling the thing, the bowstring back, and now we're gonna let it fly. Minus 6, yeah, okay, that seems more reasonable because, yeah, minus 6 point something should be, that was the result of this calculation as well. Minus just over 6 points. But yeah, okay. Slight rating loss, but that's exactly pulling the bowstring. Loading up the whatever, I don't know the English names for all these weapons that I'm talking about. Yeah, she's played well. Like, one game was a bit tough, the one in the Scandinavian. She never really stood a chance there. And yeah, she just basically made one mistake and then got wiped off the board. But in all the other games, she did quite well. 2 of them she had very drawish positions and lost. And in the first game, she was actually winning, like completely winning at some point, and missed some things. But yeah, she's been playing well. Today the opening went really well as well. Hopefully that goes that way tomorrow again. Also, she did a lot better on time than she has been doing before. But okay, we'll see how she does tomorrow. And I'll see you guys another time. Actually, how do I raid again? I guess /raid. What's Lefong's channel name? Lefong quoi? So I think we're going over to Lefong. I'll just send you there now. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for the next round, same time. Actually, maybe a little bit earlier. Maybe a little bit earlier than yesterday. Understood the reference until I questioned. Well, yeah, that's how I am. I always need to question myself. Anyway, okay, see you guys tomorrow, and yeah, until then, goodbye.